Good morning, Serena. Good morning. Good morning. Serena, now, don't take that good morning. Oh my God. Pap is doing so much better. I'm just faking it. I listen. I gotta psych myself out. I gotta psych myself out. But good morning. How are you? It is Easter, coming up Easter. I don't celebrate many holidays. I do not celebrate holidays like that. One, because they're expensive. I think all holidays are expensive. My bad, you two. But I think holidays are so excessive, honey. They've been designed and set up to take your money, especially Easter. It's inspiring and got away from the true meaning of it, and people went out and doing vigilance or visiting the church, honey. This stuff ended up it. You better make the stores and spend all your money on them eggs and Easter baskets and pretty dresses and suits. I don't even do it. But girl, I listen. One minute I feel like I'm kicking this stuff, and then the next minute it's like still lingering, like right there on the edge of me. I'm like, and I think I know why. I think it's because I'm continuing the resting, like the doctor told me. I kind of got right back on up, girl. I'm like, okay, let me go do this again. I do feel it, like, and how bad. It takes away your energy. Turns out it's that, like I told you guys last time, like it's that they're walking pneumonia. But I don't know. I think I gotta tie myself down a whole week. Like, don't move. Like, tie me because I will get up and get to go and start doing something. You like today? I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go in and help out a little bit because it keeps moving. It's also though, Serena, like when I be resting and stuff and sitting down, if I feel like my breathing is slowing down. So I be like, oh hell no, I ain't about to die in my damn sleep. I be scared to go to sleep, girl. I'm like, let me get up and get the move. Let me get moving it. So moving it too much where I drop dead street somewhere, and I still have, because they put me on the medication for a while, right? And I still have 7 more days on taking this damn medication. But while I do have a little energy, I'm just gonna keep it freaking moving. I'll keep it moving. So, and I did want to come on to say good morning, and everybody that celebrates and like all that Easter and Good Friday, I just wanted to say, oh shit, I'm getting ready to hit that. No, Happy Easter and Good Friday. It don't cost me anything to say that, so that's what I like about that. I'm like, okay, you want to say Merry Christmas? Okay, you want to say Happy Valentine's Day? Loves it don't cost me a dime, cause baby, I can't. It's expensive. Why the? Oh God! All the birthdays for your family members come around every year, and blah blah blah. Like no, but let me. I'm just talking like on my way, on my drive, right? Watching some of this stuff, these specific funds that was supposed to be given to people so that it can attach to Robert Kelly, right? I just wanted to say this, first and foremost, when you visit all of the other content creators out there, right? And they have their content about R. Kelly and all of the other events that went on around R. Kelly that, caused him an indictment, right? You don't hear those people pointing fingers, right? About, well, it was so-and-so person on that channel. It was so-and-so person on this channel, right? Like, this is so, they make it so freaking obvious over here, right? I try not to say like over here because I'm trying not to be, entangled in this community, because this community is toxic and sucks. I promise you. The people over here, man, listen. I was like, okay, I got to hurry up and, keep defining myself as, I walk alone out here, even though I know what's going on with a lot of stuff in this community over here. But pay attention, right, to all of these other content creators. I'm talking about hundreds of them that came on, did a live, and did what they had to say, do and say what they had to say about R. Kelly, right? But then jump to this community over here, where it's always you did it, 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 right? Now, I know a response will probably be, it's because we went hard for R. Kelly over here, right? And the other people were just delivering specific news events, pertaining to R. Kelly. Okay, granted. But at least you could narrow it down about who and the whats and the whens and the wheres was involved in verbally entangling themselves up in this man's case. And it's only this goddamn side over here. It's only this side over here. And I stand on that. I'd have been to at least over 100 when R. Kelly got indicted, and then his traveling events down, up through the jail system, over to the prison system, over here with we all been there. But look at this damn side over here. And what my point that I'm trying to make about that is, baby, if they pointing the fingers, this is my analogy. They all was goddamn involved. They all were involved. Very high, Harlem. That's how I'm going to look at it, because it don't make no damn sense. Ain't no way in the hell some people over here on this side should keep pointing no damn fingers trying to get your asses up out of some shit. Now, there's probably a good thing to this, right? And the good thing to it is, trust me, They ain't coming to indict nobody because whatever it was for R. Kelly, they ain't gonna want to hear and do or say anyway. They ain't out here. I'm talking about they as the government thinking that, okay, well, we can do it. Oh, they do it. Okay, well, this gonna help. Nope, ain't gonna happen. If we looking at this from a realization away, right? It ain't gonna happen. But here they are, back in rotation with this same old bull crap, knowing that they ain't gonna never figure out who did what and what diddly damn do who, because they all all of them pointed fingers. All of them. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Back down the damn rabbit hole they go. It looks goofy. It all sounds goofy right about now, because the only people that can actually get to the bottom of this is all of those people, once again, like I said, who feels that they had been scammed out their money. They must all get together and file them a goddamn silver suit together for the courts to get these people subpoena and get their asses up in there and explain where all this damn money went to. Now let's talk about the money, because they want to make it seem like it's so difficult for it to be traced and tracked. That's bullshit. If all of these people come out and say we were scammed, and they group together and they hire their attorneys and they file their case to see if they can get this in the court of law and certain people get subpoena. It don't take nothing for the government, and y'all know that, to start tracing all of this money to point it back to the correct person on hand, on deck, who took and scammed and did all of what they was gonna do with some damn money. That's an easy peasy shit freaking gameplay for the government. But just to hear it back into rotation, right? Like what the hell? What my question is, after it is said and done and laughed and hee about and argued about, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? That be my freaking reaction to that, right? And here's what's crazy, right? The person or the people who allegedly may have been involved and was taking money or didn't send it to him or this or that, they sitting the hell back laughing too, knowing that ain't a goddamn thing that you can do about it. Nothing. That's why it is very easy for the people, certain people, to continue to speak about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. But here's my third or fourth crazy. Oh, I gotta turn the heat on, y'all. It's a little bit chilly, and it's been raining, cats and dogs. I ain't mad at it, because before I got sick, I put my seeds down for my new plants that I wanted to try. So I need all of the rain that I can get. Hi, nobody. Good morning to you and happy Easter. So, it's crazy, but that's my third crazy thing that I wanted to talk about, right? With them, they people sitting back laughing at this shit and that, gets pushed into rotation out here. I be cracking up. I think that at some point, if you're trying to prove a case, right? And this case ended up being very detrimental to a lot of people out here that may have donated or did whatever, that they can do, thinking that, they're sending, that what they were sending was actually going to make it to R. Kelly, right? That's a whole nother thing too, right? you need to do more investigation to actually see, if Mr. Kelly did get the money or not. Nobody's done that. Who's done that other than Mr. Kelly coming out here? I think once upon a time, on the cousin Levi, saying that, I don't know, maybe he didn't get no, I don't know. Here's another crazy thing when it comes to Bookham. Bookham ain't got no confirmation on his show from a phone call or nothing from a Mr. Kelly saying, I thank you and I appreciate what you did for me. Another goddamn red flag. Who in the hell sat up and kept sending these people y'all damn money, and y'all already don't even want to pay your goddamn light bill on time? People crazy as hell. People crazy as hell. I'm like, oh my Lord, but why? So why? Why? And I don't give a rat's ass about Bookham getting his panties in the bunch, and he should know that by now. He done said two things about me, and I ain't hollered back yet, but I'm hollering in the back right now. Yes, I am. Why hasn't he gotten a full-blown out with all this money that was supposed to be collected and sent to an R. Kelly? Why hasn't he gotten an R. Kelly phone call saying thank you to all of the people? Huh? Why hasn't nobody dilly up and got information whether if R. Kelly really received the money? It ain't that fucking hard to do. You just gotta be somebody that knows somebody. You just gotta be somebody. Maybe y'all get Tasha K to go find out, since she good in getting this out of R. Kelly bullshit. Maybe that. But y'all, listen, you better watch the people who poking the goddamn bears out here. 'Cause they all, in my opinion, was in goddamn ball. They all were. It ain't no time, if you want to rotate this petty party ass shit up about some damn money, it ain't no time. Listen, you got to be careful of the one trying to take themselves out of stuff and putting other people in it, because most likely that's like 2 + 2. You can listen. That's 4. All 4 of them involved. Oh my God, they all involved. Y'all don't be falling for that shit. Everybody trying to swingle their way up out of it. Just swinging, that's swinging. Because they mad at each other. Huh? Because one didn't follow through with this. Oh, because you broke the game plan. What the hell? This ain't what we discussed. This ain't what we put. Look, that ain't what the shit is funny, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. The shit is hilarious to me. And here's another thing, right? It looks so sourpuss, right? Just especially when you're mad at somebody, right? And then you got to come back and start throwing in rotation a whole bunch of goddamn shit that you ain't gonna do about it. Not what the shit be so funny to me. It's like you just going on off and be freaking mad. But I'm just saying, all these people, allegedly, because I don't know who donated, and don't give a rat's ass about it, right? Because your common sense just wasn't common then. You got somebody coming on a stream you don't even freaking know, ain't never heard of, talking about they got the foundation and shit going for R. Kelly. I get it. His name sounded, R. Kelly, let's help R. Kelly. I said the same thing, but my common sense light bulb stay on. So my common sense says, I ain't got the help of R. Kelly through no damn third party. What the fuck is this shit here? What is this? What is this? Absolutely not. I don't know you people, and I don't care if R. Kelly knew you people. I wasn't going. I wasn't buying it or going, right? So, no, I ain't got no dog in the fight. No, none at all. But I can't sit back and laugh and hee ha ha at this shit, because this shit is funny as hell. But somebody asked her, come on now, R. Kelly, the people out here collecting all this money for him. Did the money get to him? Okay, the money got to him. Let's just hypothetically say. And you mean to tell me that R. Kelly, who gave a cousin Levi phone call, them other people the phone calls over there, right? What's his name? Stormy, all these people. And you mean tell me the one who helped created the goddamn thing, right? He ain't get, there ain't no phone call saying thank you, son, or thank you, godson, or thank you, I really appreciate, or to my fans, or none of that, none of that. And everybody felt that, man, if y'all don't get gone with that shit, something ain't right. It was a red flag. It was already a red flag, man. I think after Greenberg came on and Doug Antar, who is well, both of their names were on the paperwork, so I ain't gonna say allegedly, right? R. Kelly's attorneys, right? And you mean to tell me that neither one of them could have gotten the R. Kelly to call the host that created the donation fund to send out a big thank you to the fans? Man, get gone with that shit. get gone. I couldn't understand it. I was like, oh, okay, so R. Kelly just gonna take all the money and ain't gonna say, call the call up on the channel and say, well, are your people listening? Because I would like to tell all of my fans, thank you. Well, that did not happen. Mm-mm. But it ain't that freaking difficult. What behooves me is when you have the people like telling the storylines and stuff like that, right? They be telling these storylines and popping out the pictures and the videos and stuff like that, right? And you pay attention to the people that's popping out the pictures and the videos and stuff, right? And you involved too. Shut your ass up. I should have been on Crime Stopper. I haven't figured all this shit out. I really did. I really would. Hi, K baby. Happy Easter. I sure would. Like, stop it. Y'all already know. And I just hate the fact, not really hate it like that, right? But in a sense, I kind of hate the fact because it involved a bunch of people, that was for R. Kelly, right? That truly, genuinely wanted to financially support R. Kelly, right? And you mean to tell me like nobody out there is creative enough? I know that it could be a little expensive trying to hire an attorney to get this case heard as a civil suit in the court of law. But if once people come together collectively, it could be done. And then that's it. Who you send your money to? Those are the people that you have subpoenaed up in the freaking court. Guess what? Now you got other people involved, and the investigators, and they finna trace and track the hell out of all of that damn money. Why hasn't it been done? I'm just saying. Why hasn't all of these people, or maybe they not concerned anymore? Maybe they're not. Who had a birthday? K-Baby, you had a birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Maybe so. Maybe everybody, all the monies need to be tracked out here. But will it be done? Will it be done? No. Which government that you have that is going to want to get involved or whatever with anything that will appear to look like that is helping R. Kelly? Which one? Name one. One over on the south side or the one on the east side? Which government? The north side? The north government? Which one? I want to know. Which one? Which one? You already had the R. Kelly attorneys come out here, to somewhat defend the Doug Antar, this whole money train shit, right? You already had him come out, but who's gonna research and check him? Who did the research to check behind a Doug Anton when you got, I mean, not Doug Anton, what's that man name? What's the other attorney name? Yeah, that's Doug Anton. Greenberg, right? When you had Greenberg out here all in surprise. All in surprise, like who doing what? And they did what? Well, why did I not know about it? That was a red flag. That was how in the hell did Greenberg come out here all surprised about something? How is it that Greenberg come out here all surprised about something that R. Kelly's other attorney was involved in with collectively, with collecting money and sending out some type of postcards and shit like that, and the other attorney didn't know nothing about it. He surprised. He did what? And then who did you have jump on the line first to try to recover and that story and clear it up with Stephen Greenberg? Who was it? Because you sure in the hell didn't hear Doug Anton doing it. It was the damn Bookham jumped out of his goddamn bat cave. And well, this is what happened. And then there was 200 over here. And some lady sent in this much, 20,000. And we trying to get, and then it wasn't like, get the fuck, like, come on, man. You got to start this shit from the beginning. Does Greenberg needs to be investigated? Doug Anton needs some investigation, and then on down the damn freaking line. Even though Doug Anton says that, oh well, no, we got that money tied up into what is it, y'all? Some type of bank or insurance, some shit. I don't know. I guess getting interest on it, and then you turn around, right? Here's the kicker part for me, right? R. Kelly on the phone call, allegedly, because I don't know who is who around this goddamn thing, right? With the cousin Levi talking about he didn't have no money. There's no money on the books. Now, how the hell is Greenberg out here surprised? Like, what's going on? Doug Anton is in the group session talking about it and saying that it was too much to do all of this stuff with sending $1 in. So there we got that math, right? One attorney surprised. His other attorney knew all about it, had problems with it, didn't like it, on a live stream discussing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? And then and then you had the other one over there, right? And her money got sent back by an attorney. Jennifer Bonjean sent Sylvia her money back. Sylvia got pretty sad about that because she had collected, whatever she could for him, but Bonjean clearly stated, I can't take no money. Like, that's against attorney fucking, guidelines, I guess. And then all of this went down, right? All of this fighting about, well, we did this and we collect this and we so and so, so and so. Now here comes the crazy part. R. Kelly out here talking about he didn't have no money on his books. You can't make this shit up. Now, granted, I believe the government somewhere in the thing only allows the $500 or something or whatever, on his books or something, so he could do his phone calls or probably do commissary and shit like that. But where's all that other freaking money that was sitting out and gathered up for him? Shit crazy. And that would be interesting for somebody to come out and talk about. Now let's talk about all of that other crippity crap stuff that's being played. That's a fact. And I ain't gonna lie, I got a phone call, some asking me for $10,000. What? Who are you people? What? And I'll say it again, have the freaking live where I went out there and I was like, oh, hold on now, Nisimo and the other people, y'all gonna have to go take a second mortgage out on y'all home or sell a car or do something. The audacity, right? This shit was going around hard. Let me get 10,000. They want you to put to who? Oh no. If I'm gonna do a $10,000, then I'd rather have taken the $10,000, and because that's enough to retain a freaking attorney. Let shit out my well retain R. Kelly, my attorney, my damn self. What the hell going on? 10 grand. That's enough to retain some goddamn attorney out here. What the fuck? But and that shit did happen. I'm gonna let you know. Oh yeah, that did go down. That did go down. And some more shit. Whole bunch of shit, y'all. When I tell y'all my phone used to ring, I would be on the other end. I'm just listening, right? Because I really think that sometimes when people just looking at you. Good morning, APC. Happy Easter. Just looking at you, they done already done picked you out to say, yep, this a damn dummy. Them looks can be deceiving as a motherfucker. Right? Looks is deceiving as hell. Cause I'm sitting here right after I might have got off of a phone call, or I might have got done watching the show, or whatever the case, right? And be sitting here going, these people really think that they are like effing with some damn dummies out here. That shit crazy. Like, it's already being practiced, right? It's you already get these phone calls from a whole bunch of goddamn Pakistanians or Arabians, or is it Arabians or Arabic, one or the other, right? Or Lebanese ass people, right? Asking you for your damn money, trying to hack your damn accounts. What in the hell? Listen, I have a rule. If I don't know you, don't see you, and been doing with you, man, it's hard to get money out of me. It's really hard, except sometimes, if when I'm en route, I might see a homeless person out there standing at the light with their cup, and I might put $5 in. I will do some shit like that. And I don't know that man from a can of paint, but that's money that I already know that I am about to send out the door and ain't looking for it to come back. Those are that type of money that I'm looking like, okay, they say if you do some good here, you can count your blessings as, and watch them roll in when it's time for them to roll in. So I think that my conquest to that has happened to me plenty of times. I feel like I've done some things like, wow, and some things has been returned back to me, and like, okay, this is what they're talking about as blessings, right? So I am a living testimony to that. I'm like, y'all need to, you do it, but do it out of genuineness, and watch it come back to you tenfold. That shit true. That shit true, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. That's some true shit. But all this other goofy stuff that was circulating, and pay attention. Pay attention, y'all. And I know y'all have. I know you have. Everybody out here just poking at each other. All of them involved. Every last one. Every last one of you. You better not trust them. You better not trust them. It'll be your damn worst nightmare. Now, how the hell the Bookham and the cousin Levi and all them people got together and whatever, and wanted to change the name from this and to that. That's some tricky ass shit that you just gonna have to figure out and establish your own opinion about it. But that was crazy, because I'm like, well, if the defense fund is doing so well for R. Kelly, then what the hell did you need to change it to the dollar for a king for? Oh, that's fancy. That sounds good. Oh, a dollar from 10,000 people, that's a lot. Now $1 from 10,000 more, well, that's a lot. So I can see that capturing the interest of the people, because it's less money, out your pocket and all of that stuff going on. So now I'm gonna see if this boy brought my rib tips back from Chicago, because he had to shoot to Chicago, right? And I didn't see him yesterday, and I was like, where is my rib tips at? And I ain't even got no, I'm gonna have to cash app them. But how y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today? That's all I want to know. All the good people, how y'all doing? I don't give a rat's ass about the bad. Where's my goddamn rib tips at? Don't come over here smiling, because I was hungry. How you doing, lady? I'm good. I told him to bring me some damn rib tips back.
That's on me.
Did you eat them? I'm gonna get y'all.
I guess I gotta go back up there on my off
And
day.
that's okay. I'm gonna be an Ethiopian when you make it back. I'm gonna be skinny.
I'm going Wednesday.
Okay.
I'm going Wednesday, so when I
All
come back,
right.
I'm gonna bring you something back for sure.
How did everything work out?
At that, you know,
Here and there, right?
I'll talk to you about it. But
Sure enough.
I had to come back, get up out of there though.
All
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
All
But
right.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to you.
Okay. Have a good day. So, listen. Now, this is listen awkward. You know, I ain't gonna say awkward, right? But this is how you have to respect some things when you see some things, right? So, okay. Now he just started working here, right? And he had a situation that occurred down in Chicago. Now, his situation was because he just started here, he's on probation, and they real tough on probation, being on probationary period up in here, right? So, you know, they need me to help, you know, put some things through so that they can still have a job with the situation that happens, and it causes them to not be here, right? So he gave me a call and he was like, you know, I got to take off to Chicago. Now, manager, I think he only been here roughly about 2 months. So he still got another probably 30 so more days to be while he's on probation, right? So I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, and you know, because I'm like, oh, you know, you can't miss no days, but unforeseen situations can occur. So it's like, okay, when you got to go deal with some stuff, you got to go deal with some stuff, right? Well, he informed me, he's like, no, my dad got shot, you know, on the south side of Chicago, and they shot him in the head, right? So he passed away. He also informed me, like, you know, he's not entirely that close to his family, but at the end of the day, he that's still his dad, right? So he says I gotta go, the family and all of that stuff. Y'all know how that goes, right? You'll have your family, some you don't get along with, some you ain't talked to in years, and blah blah blah. But this happened to be, his dad, and whatever the case may be that caused them to have such a distance relationship. It happens in families, right? But at the same time, I got to go because this is my dad. So he took off, and he left, right? And I was like, oh, so I waited until the conversation softened up, which it did, right? Because he was, he's like, I was doing my condolences, and I'm like, I'm sorry to hear that. Go ahead on, take care of what you got to take care of, and I'll handle things on this end for you, right? So then he started laughing. He was like, I thank you, I appreciate you, and da da da. I was like, because I don't want to lose my job. I was like, go take care of your stuff. I said, but since you are in a little light mood and stuff like that, hey, I need you to swing by Uncle Remus and grab me some of those rib tips from down there, right? And he was like, word? He was like, shit, I'm going to give me and you some, right? And I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me know how much they cost, right? Because I can hit you, when you get back. And that was supposed to have been yesterday, right? So I didn't see him yesterday, so that means he must didn't make it back until today. He told me he was gonna be back Thursday, and that was Monday. So I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't see him. Blah blah blah. That was that. Didn't look for him no more. Went on about my day, right? However, right, this is what I mean by, don't put all your trust in one freaking carton, right? So don't get it twisted, because I still had lunch. I still had lunch, y'all. I ain't go without eating. And if I wouldn't have brought nothing, then I would have left and grabbed me something if, get hungry, just so y'all will know that, right? But, okay, so now I see him, right? And, he's got a bag that appears, listen, y'all, that appears to be what they put the goddamn rib tips in, right? I know the styrofoam plate in the white bags, and you already know when black guy or a black woman, blackness, goddamn it, like tying them bags a certain type of way, right? When you got some barbecue or stuff in it, right? I already know. Now, I could be mistaken. It could have been Chinese food, because Chinese people also use the styrofoam and then the white bags, and then you tie, the little knot at the top of it, right? So And now I'm looking, I'm thinking, in my head, okay, he didn't lie. Okay, he brought him, right? That boy walked right over there and threw that bag right in that car. But a young lady jumped out the car. So peep game, right? Now I got to peep the situation going on. So instead of being disrespectful, because it changed, the dynamic didn't change, right? There's a young lady right there. I got to share respect. And this is how I work, right? I peeped her. And so that she doesn't feel no type of way, get out of pocket, with him, or think otherwise. Did y'all hear the way that I was speaking to her? I'm just saying, this is how y'all should be doing it, okay? Don't just keep all of your attention on the man. Greet the lady. Start conversating with the lady so then that way they can be at ease with the conversation that you are having with their guy. Now, I don't know if that was her guy. I can probably sense it. I can make it my first thought, right? Always make it your first thought until they introduce it otherwise. So, and I'm saying to her, with like she said, so I'm saying to her, hey, where's my rib tips and stuff? I said, he was supposed to bring me some. And she says, that's my fault. It's my fault, So that's kind of telling me, implying that, okay, they didn't make it by the place. And that's cool, right? However, I can tell with the gesture and her a little bit laughing, right? She's cool now. She don't have no suspicion. She ain't and they able to go on their way. Now, she may ask him, well, who is that? And once he explains who I am and blah, 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 then she'll be like, oh, she'll be at ease with that, because at the end of the day, it's I that he needed to go and make sure that his job is secured from when he come back from the situation that he went to go and take care of. Once he explains it, that away. I'm just saying, you guys, as ladies, when you are having these conversations, and the conversations is a one-on-one with a man, and you start the peep game, and there's another young lady in this, and all of a sudden, now switch your conversation over and invite the lady in so that there is no problems at all between you and him, or him and her, or you and them. Just clean it up right at the freaking door, okay? Now, she did get out, everybody, well, that ain't even nothing to say, but anywho. It's like anywho, right? Anywho. So, but, you know, don't get it twisted too, because I still am that person, right, where okay, like I looked out for you, I saved your job. I think he should have made it very goddamn important to bring them goddamn gone rib tips back. I surely do, don't y'all? Because I do. Now he gonna sit here and say, well, I gotta go back Wednesday. I'm taking it, that's probably when they gonna have the funeral and all of that stuff, right? But I ain't gonna hold my breath. It's like lie to me once, shame on you. I lie to you, shame on me. But other than that, since we lying to each other, let's stay away from each other. Get the fuck on. Get the fuck on. Because if you allow it to stay, in your circle, and continue with conversations and everything, right? All you're going to be hearing from him is explanations, explaining. And I don't want to hear that shit. I don't do all that damn. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And on top of that, I don't want to hear it. If you couldn't do it, or if you didn't do it, then that's it. That's it. That's all. Let's just leave it right there. Ain't no need. I don't want to hear about, oh, because I had a flat tire, or because I stopped to get gas, but the gas station was closed down. I don't want to hear all of that shit. It ain't gonna make a difference. It ain't gonna make no difference. So I hope y'all have a good Easter out there. I know where I'm at. I think it rained like this too last year, right? And it kind of sucks because, you got all of the youngins, right, the babies and stuff that will get dressed up. I wish they would stop dressing them up like that, and then got them out there at an Easter egg hunt. That I do not like. They go into an Easter egg hunt. Most eggs they hide all in the grass and the trees, in the curbs and stuff like that. That's dirty work. You can put that baby on them little dirty gym shoes and little dirty sweatpants and stuff like that and runny noses and let them go. Then let them go out there. They got them out because they got to get the pictures right, and the pictures got to go into your top magazines that sold in your area or that you buy, so you can see what's going on in your newspapers and stuff like that. Ain't nowhere in the hell I'd have my baby out there in no fancy ass balloon, pretty ass a dress. What you call those dresses that they put on when they getting ready to go get Christian? Them big old white dresses. A lot of Mexicans wear those dresses. They put them on their babies, right? I think that's kind of where, if I can remember, being in Chicago, I remember that, like, that's kind of where it came from. 'Cause I used to ride out there on out Cicero trying to make my way to North Riverside, right? And you look at all the little Mexican stores, they got all them old big pretty dresses that you got to put the ring on, for it to pop out really pretty at the bottom. Not the train though, but they'll have them babies out there running around in there trying to get with a damn basket trying to collect eggs. Now they got one going on, I think today or tomorrow. 50,000 freaking eggs buried or something or somewhere. I don't know. Mm. I can be, I can remember probably. I think my oldest went to probably two of them. I took her. I think the middle girl, I might have took her to one. She didn't like it, right? Because it wasn't no money in them. They was just jelly beans and shit. And who eat them damn black ass jelly beans? Them some nasty ass jelly beans, yeah. I used to get jelly beans and I only pick out the red and throw the whole other bag of them away. I only want the red ones. I don't know why. I was discriminating on jelly beans, man. I don't want no yellow. I don't want no green one. I don't want none. I just only want the reds. And I remember being in the argument, or not like a beef argument, because this is my siblings, right? Because she liked the red ones too, man. My dad would bring them all home and stuff. We arguing and fighting and crap about who gonna get, we fighting over them red ones, y'all. So then it turns out, I think my brothers, they end up just settling for the black ones. They say the black ones are good. And after that, I got a little older. Then I started noticing they started making, I started seeing black licorices, like Twists. Like, what the fuck? What wrong with the damn car? Who makes black damn Twistlers, right? Never had those. Never tasted any of those at all. It's like, oh, that looks disgusting, right? But yeah, I discriminated on jelly beans, only the red. And then I got to a point where I need to call Nabisco or whoever was the factory chocolate, somebody's factory. Like, listen, stop mixing all these damn jelly beans together. I need y'all to separate them. You can't sell all yellow. You can't sell all green. They still look pretty once you put them on the shelf. Just stack them red, green, yellow, purple, orange, blue. But let's stop putting the reds up in here. I want to sue these goddamn people. I'm gonna sue somebody if y'all don't pack me up only red goddamn jelly beans and stop making these goddamn freaking black licorices. Like, who the hell eat this shit? I don't know. I used to be mad at little stuff like that, y'all. I would be getting mad. I be taking that stuff personal, right? Cause I be wanting it. Like, y'all messing up my wants. This ain't crazy. I need it. I want it. Don't be messing up my freaking wants, because I get mad and irritated, and then I'm going to have to call the 1-800-877 and complain, and then I do a lot of complaining, and they get my address, and then they send me a free bag or something, or a good coupon. Oh, I know it's some of y'all out there. Y'all can't tell me y'all ain't picked up that phone to call and do a complaint and hoping that they would satisfy your freaking complaint by sending your ass something in the mail. Yeah, send me that. Send me my coupon, cause you know I love my Cokes, right? I don't drink them too much like that no more. And if I do desire one, it's always the little mini cans, right? And especially after I visit the Coke Museum over in New York, right? Y'all, if you ain't visit that damn museum, y'all should go check that out because that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a beautiful experience. It's beautiful. But I'm walking up down through there, right, trying to figure out who the hell put the crack in the coke, you know, the cocaine in the coke or whatever. How you know they had something about 7 scientists up on that wall confusing the hell up out of me. I don't know who did it for today. I did. And something else I learned, y'all, about. I didn't know that, you know, the cocaine, I think, or whatever. Somebody was telling me, and I don't know how true it is, like the cocaine is spread it with concrete. I was like, they mixing concrete. What the fuck? You know, and that's why the people, it has the problem when they putting it up their nose or something like that, where it starts to, if they do too much, it irritates the nose. Now, I'm going to finish looking into that. Not that I really care about the cocaine, but, but still, I'm going to look into that. So I I'm gonna do that because that's crazy. Because I love cokes, but I don't drink them much like that anymore. You know. So here's the deal. Since y'all ain't talking to me, bye, get out my chat. Cause I ain't finna keep talking to myself. I'm tired of talking to myself. I ain't got nobody to freaking respond to on nothing. But here's the thing. All of them want to keep poking each other about the money and the circus and the funny farm and this over here. They all the people was involved in doing some crap or whatever to R. Kelly situation, right? Then this man come out here talking about some, he ain't been getting no money, he ain't been doing that, and blah blah blah. Okay, okay. But the truth of the matter is, right, for everybody, you know, that likes to be saying, you know, who's for who and who's not for who and blah, blah, blah. It is so easy, right, to be on your live, you know, screaming and saying that because it's a verbal context, right? Blah, blah, blah. When they click off these cameras, and this is a no-brainer and common sense. Y'all know it, I know it, they know it, she know it, we. When you click off these cameras, everybody is continuing on doing their life. Nobody, nobody from all of this stuff that happened out here or whatever has actually stopped doing their life. They go on and on and on with their lives. What is it that you can do, you know, other than to just talk about it? What is it about with R. Kelly? Nothing. Nothing. We want to talk about R. Kelly. I don't know. Only thing that I would have liked to have seen manifest is that other than R. Kelly doing the I wish or the I admit, I would have loved to hear his side in totality in a documentary like they did with the other ones, with that other shit that came out. I really would. Even though in the I admit he expressed, you know, a lot of things up in there. But, you know, his story is just like anybody else's story. You know, what part of it do you believe and what part of it did you not believe? So you got, oh shit, what time is it? I don't even know. Oh, hold on. I think all my other phones might be dead. So, yeah, that's that. There's another thing too that I stopped, y'all. Let me tell y'all. So, you know, people can kind of get in their feelings about it and all that stuff, but it's a lot of stuff out here that I truly, genuinely had to stop caring about, right? So, run my channel. I come on when I can. I think that I'm the hardest, one of the hardest working people out here that clicks on these phones and speak through a microphone. I do. I think I'm one of the hardest worker out here, right? That's just how I feel about it, right? But you run the channels right, and I know there's a lot of people that probably continue to watch or support or hit the like button behind the scenes, but I'm like this, you know what? All that talking behind the scenes and stuff like that, other than a handful, because it's only a handful that I do not mind talking to or whatever. I mean, all that stuff is gone out the window, y'all. I had to put cease cease on that shit. Move around, right? Because there ain't no truly genuine, like people like that. So the handful that I do be acknowledging, like I do, if I, hey, like those people have access to ringing my phone, and if we want to laugh and talk or whatever, I don't have a problem with that, right? But if you pop out of no damn where, I call my phone. You could miss me with that shit, cause this shit right here ended up being for the freaking birds. And only thing that is left to do is finish connecting to the people that, you know, certain people, everybody want to connect to, thinking that you're getting fed, the truth about some shit, or you're enlightened by certain storylines and shit like that. Like, you go right the head on, because there ain't nobody on this earth, nobody, not on this internet and not in my real life, that can lead me to a empty ass freaking well when I ain't had a drink of water in a year. Ain't gonna freaking happen. And that's one reason why a lot of people, end up not liking you, is because you're not that follower. You're not that easily enticed or convinced. And they end up not liking you for that, right? Like, for, fuck her, can't get her to do or say or trick her off or none of that. Then they don't want to mess with you. They don't want to fuck with the real one. They don't want they want the easy ones, man, so they can manipulate and blah blah blah. Now, y'all see the stuff that is going on. Y'all see what the fight is about. What they tell you about is about the freaking oil. So they raise this freaking gas. They drop this freaking gas because that has to be part of the gameplay, right? But uh, throughout your years of living, in my opinion, right, some of us noticed it earlier. Some of us should know that what happened earlier in the years prior to this could possibly have happened again. And guess what? Here we are again. I don't, and I'm not saying it's like for a shade or nobody or whatever, but it's like, what part of preparation do we be missing? I can't relay this to a specific culture because you will hear the complaints from all cultures, right? This message does not apply to people that has a disabilities that makes it where they are enabled to work anywhere or to find some type of way to keep your head above water. Even, let me retract some of that. Even those people that are suffering with disability and they can't work and they can't do this, but they're getting disability checks or they're getting social security checks. I think now I can speak on it, a little bit, right? Because I watched my mother. I watched my dad, when my dad got some sense in his head. Because back then, my dad didn't have much sense because he didn't give a shit, okay? My mom was the rainy day person. My mom was the fold up the $500 and put it in the Bible and let it sit there. Or, my mom was the to put the 300 in the floor, cut the floor open, this money. That's my mom. And it was hard for my mom to, stay on my dad's head about that. He was the spender, right? But he also, was the part of that life of the Rolling Stones. Papa was out, just gone, spending. So, if to be truthful, if my mom had not been the money saver out of with all of us up in this freaking house, right, all these siblings and stuff, right, we would have been in trouble if it was for if we had to depend on my dad. My dad was like, I'm going to spend this or I'm going to do this. And my dad was a racetrack holic, y'all, out on Cicero. You look for my dad, you need some lunch money, you need a ride, or you will for other after he would, work. Because my dad worked all his freaking life, right? But I think the place closed down too. I think it used to be International Harvest. Now, let me tell y'all something my dad did so freaking stupid right now, because he's close to retirement, right? They had been through his retirement package, and he called it in, and they tell him how many days he had left to work. And he had when they calculate your time, they calculating up to get you to exactly the number of days that you need to receive all of your retirement. So my dad was a little short here because they gonna integrate your sick days and all of that stuff back in there, right? Yeah, they pay you for it when you call in and you got your sick leave to use or whatever. But keep in mind, this is money that they advanced you so that you can have when you are sick and you off work. That shit still calculated. I don't care if he 20, 30, 40, or 50 years on the job. They got calculations all the way up to 50 years, okay? So throughout every year, you may work enough to pay some of that back to whatever company that you work for, but then you may fall short on some days of it by the time you reach to your retirement. So my dad ended up having, I think, about 8 days that he needed to make up or something before they give it to him, right? I don't listen, y'all. I don't know if he got frustrated or whatever the case may be. And so he never finished out the 8 days. So, and then he ended up losing a lot of the retirement that he was expecting or whatever, mad at the world about some shit. Because he was like, I'm just tired of going back. And we was like, no, Dad, you just got to finish out the 8. He's like, yeah, I ain't nothing. He got to the end and he was like, I ain't finna do all that. And I'm like, what? I don't know why we don't know. We can never figure that out. But, may he rest in peace. But still, it was just weird that he didn't do that, right? But I say all of this to say that, right? It was my mom more so, my dad was the giver. My dad would be the person where if he's sitting out on the front porch, because when I tell y'all, everybody from underneath the bridge of Fillmore and over the bridge from what is that? Fifth Avenue, Carson, Keeler, Kedville. Everybody knew my dad. Everybody. And all the bums, all the crackheads, you name it, all the hoes, everybody. And they would be like just stalking him. Dad get off work, he'll be out there sitting down. And trust me, my mom used to argue with him, we used to argue with him, but we couldn't stop his heart, okay? His heart was his problem, became his problem to his financial lifestyle. I ain't gonna say his name, but they'd be like, let me, oh, it's good to see you. Act like they loved him to death, right? Let me hold $5. Oh, can you do this now? My dad was also the mechanic of the neighborhood. Okay, so he would, recoup money back from that because people need this. My dad would be dropping a motor, y'all, at 7 in the morning, and then somewhere around 3, 4 o'clock, they got that motor right back in that car. That meant the people cars is up and running, right? Now, a devastating and a tragic thing happened with my dad, and that made him slow down from being the mechanic of the neighborhood when he got off his regular job. And we were sitting out back, right? We were sitting out. We were on a yeah. We were out back, and we were playing. We all kind of little. My brother, oldest one, he was the one that kind of had to watch us when we were all out back like that because dad got all his tools and stuff, and then you got the dogs running around. Yeah, we had Alaskan Husky. I was glad that damn dog died. I ain't gonna tell you no lie about that. I liked the damn dog, but the dog had to go everywhere with us in the summertime because he couldn't stay in the house because it was too hot. Well, let me tell you, I know I'm switching stories, but I was so glad that damn dog died because we went down to 31st Beach and and then my dad had got another dog. So he's like, well, I'm going to take this dog and we going to leave. I forgot them dog names too, right? Man, that damn Alaskan Husky was dead stiff in the damn tub, y'all. I was so damn glad. I was sick of that damn dog traveling with us every damn. Well, it was a big ass dog. But anywho, so we out back, right? And we like, what dad at? We all we so we start hearing screaming. I was like, what? What's going on? So somehow the jack slipped from up underneath the car he was working on. And my dad was crushing up underneath the car. So the good thing is that with three of my brothers were out back. The other two was too little. They little kids. They somewhere else messing around, probably in the basement. I don't know, fucking around with the electricity to shock each other because they were bad, right? They was some little badass kids, right? So it took my three brothers, and then the guy that was out there, his name was Art. But he was old, up in age like my dad, right? Y'all should have seen him trying to lift that car up off my dad, right? My dad was screaming, legs was kicking. Y'all know like how the witch, when the house fell up on, when the wicked witch of the east, and she was up underneath the house and all you saw was her legs and stuff. That's kind of how, I was, remember, how Miss Brown remember my dad like that, right? But they got that car up off of him, and he was on one of the roller things that roll up underneath the car, so they was able to get him out. They listen, y'all. When I tell y'all, they went into action. My dad had like this green van, right? My dad had a limousine. Man, listen, we thought we was the shit. We thought we was the only, we was the only family on the block with a limousine, y'all. Now, where my dad get that goddamn limousine from? Don't ask me, because I can't tell you. I don't know, but we used to ride that goddamn thing. I remember that shit. That was funny as hell, right? But my oldest brother, like, he took off right now. The other people, they got my dad and they lifting him up now. They running because they in the alley, right? They running to the end of the block. It's like they already knew. My brother, he got to run to the front. He jumped in the van. He shot all the way, and they threw my dad in there. Next thing I know, they was over at Mount Sinai Hospital over there. I was born in Mount Sinai Hospital. I don't remember shit about it though, but being born there, and and then my oldest daughter, I had her there, and that was the last time I ever been to Mount Sinai Hospital. So my middle daughter, I had her at Northwestern up north in Chicago, but they don't know much growing up. My two daughters, they didn't know much about Chicago like that because I took them out of Chicago like real fast. We left there, so, and then I went over to Peoria, then I went over to Cali, then I went over to what? Peoria, Cali, Iowa, and I went down to Indianapolis. So that's there's some more states in between, but I'm just not gonna say those. But that's kind of like some of my journey, in my life. But I say this all to say this, right? Because I watch my mom. I watch my mom. My mom and my dad, they come here. I used to ask, how the hell y'all meet? Because mom's from Alabama. Dad is from Mississippi. I was like, how y'all, so and so, so and so. Well, the story that I got behind that, right, was my dad and his brothers, right? They went over to Alabama to some, I don't know, event, celebrate or something, he said. So they stopped off at a store, y'all. Now, mind y'all, this is a store because back then it's all black, right? And I remember when we would go down there to visit on both sides, right? On my dad's side of the family, on my mom's side of the family, we specifically were instructed where we could walk, what stores we can go into. And that was my only experience of racism, pretty much in debt like that, right? I was like, why we can't, well, don't go over there, don't go over there. The black cemeteries over here, white cemeteries are over there. So outside, after that and not traveling down there too much or so, I can't say that I know the history in depth about racism like that with the Jim Crow days, and I don't know all that shit. I only knew about reading it and knowing that it was existing, right, because of my time and my parents instructing us when we would be in Mississippi or Alabama, like where you can go, where you can't go, what or how to greet this person, and basically the greeting down there was just wave your hand, to wave your hand and keep moving. There was some waving ass people down in the Mississippi and Alabama. I got so sick of wave every time somebody drive by in the car. Hey, hey! I was like, damn, I'm going in the house. I ain't gonna sit out here and keep waving all goddamn day, right? So okay, but my mom was the money savvy saver, right? So I got it from her. Okay. Now I have some brothers and sisters that they took my dad's habit when it comes to money, right? They still are not a financially stable. They do okay, but they not financially stable for every storm. Okay, they don't be ready, right? I think that it might have been two times, two or maybe three, no more than three, in my lifetime that I had not been ready, right? But those were wake up times, y'all, because you be like, man, this shit hurt. Like, what do I do? And this is that. Okay, then you got the shit going on in the world. Now I'm trying to figure out in the algorithm, like, okay, how does this hurt you? Okay, how do you move around this? Okay, how do you do this? Okay, you gotta do this. Okay, they gotta invest in it. And I'm just learning this shit, right? I'm like, boom, bada bang, 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 right? If it wasn't nothing but $5 over here, man, I'm finna contribute $5 a week over here. Now if I would go out and I buy, let's say something that costs $100, and I'm gonna buy what I want, but what I want, and it costs me $100, I'm gonna find my envelope of some things, and I'm gonna put $100 over here. Never touch it. That's how I saved. That's how I worked my magic. That's why I'm prepared today. Now, I hear, all of this information. Things can inflate with us on this. But if you pay attention to it, some things that inflate over here and you think that it's going to hurt you, or it's going to be a stain in your wallet, right? It's okay. You have to mentally challenge yourself to cut back with the things over here. So if the price of the freaking milk has gone up, but you need your milk, well, try to do away with a loaf of bread. You got to compensate one for the other. If you know that you got to, the taxes is going up over here, or the way the gas then shot up, right? Okay, guess what? I get it. You used to going over to Uncle Joe's, Uncle Pete's, Auntie Sally's every week and this and that. One of them you're going to have to eliminate. One of them you're going to have to eliminate. I'm on camera. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I just, I'm just at work. That's all. See, sometimes, Moonchild, since you're a child, you got to, oh, every time I come out, I keep forgetting. I put my thing on right. But sometimes you got to be off camera because I'm at work. Dang. Anywho's. Right? But it's we've been enticed, we've been coerced, we've been conditioned that we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that. And in my opinion, I think that those are the only people, this is my opinion, right? That does the most bitching about it when changes come or when a drastic situation comes that can hurt you. It's to me. Cause you ain't gonna hear this shit coming from no homeless person on the street. You ain't gonna hear this person who, ain't got much anyway. Let me just kind of settle it that way. You ain't gonna hear those people. You always hear the griping and shit from the people who done went, overexpended, overbought this, want to have the fancy ass fucking cars, want to have the two, three, four, five, six goddamn homes, want to have the best of the fucking gym shoes. It's always the ones that done brought themselves to outdo others. Those are your complainers in the world. That's my opinion. That's my analytic view, right? Because I see it, right? But had you not done that, had you been watching, not just now, what about 1909? What about 1938? It was happening then. We were going through inflations then. The stock markets were dropping and going up then. Ain't nothing changed. When are you going to change? That's the question. When are you going to be prepared? Because it's going to do what it's going to do out there. And this is the same analogy that I make sure that I preach to my three. When I notice the fetish that my children have, the addiction that they have, and I'm not talking about controlled substances. I'm talking about gym shoes, clothes, hair weave, fingernails, all your cosmetic jewelry, because you got to be the prettiest and the baddest out in the world. Looking for a specific type of recognition that somehow ain't made you rich. That's what fucks me up in the head, right? Telling that you're pretty and you're fine and ooh girl, I like that and this or this or this or that ain't gonna make you rich so that you don't have that same ass sing-along ass song about what's hurting you. The economy is hurting you. You got to change you. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I am a plus peach, okay? Because some things does come across my path. Got me scratching my head. I got to re-strategize. Oh, Lord, what's this? Blah, blah, blah. But I am mentally ready for it. Because easily I can easily tell myself what I need to turn off. Oh, I don't need that shit no more. Oh, hell with that. Now I ain't going to the store today. The fuck? The gas is $4. I know that I got to travel and move around. I don't want that. I am not about to have no Subway, and y'all know I stop at Subway to get my spinach sandwich at least twice a month. I ain't finna miss them. I'm not gonna miss it. I mean, those chocolate chip cookies don't be the bomb though, y'all. But how do they get me in there? Because they like $3, $4 and something, right? So to me, that dollar and stuff is cheap, right? But I got to still mentally prepare myself. Because that $1.50, as many times as I was running in there, probably adds up to about $7 by the end of the month. Man, that $7 about to go in my damn envelope. Fuck you mean, fuck them cookies. That's how I think. I don't want it. I love my BK. Y'all know I'm a Burger King gal. Whoppers on hold. Everything else is on hold. Dollar General, you on hold. I ain't coming in there no more to buy a goddamn thing. I don't care if it is $1. I'm going to make do with what I got at home. Walmart, you better be lucky. I got to run in there and get detergent. And in case y'all haven't noticed, I just noticed something else by me being on getting sick with this pneumonia and the sinus crap, right? And I'm over in here. First, it didn't dawn on me. I'm gonna tell you why it didn't dawn on me, right? I was just in there just grabbing shit, right? Because my mind's just telling me I'm sick. Just get some shit off the shelf. Robitussin, get you some NyQuil, girl. Get you some Alka-Seltzer Plus. Oh, don't forget the Tylenol. Oh, you need to restock up on the Aleve. And I went to the counter, right? Not paying that much attention because in my head, whatever it is, I got it. My bill ranged up, y'all, to almost 90 some dollars. And I walked out the store. Did I just pay? That shit cost 90 some dollars. Hold the fuck up. Now, mind you, I said I got Robitussin, NyQuil, Alka-Seltzer Plus, Tylenol. But I bought all that shit because I know I got it. I can afford that shit, right? But when I got out that door, I looked across the street, fold up. I think the gas, no, 390 something, 391 or something like that, right? Day before it was 377. Day before that it was 365. I still don't know. I need to do my research on that, on how they know when to press the button to send the gas up. Like, do they get phone calls? Like, do they watch how do they know when to click the button? I never knew. I don't know the answer to that shit. Do y'all know the answer to that shit? I don't know the answer to that shit. I don't know. I be thinking like, what the fuck? I went to work at 8. I got gas at 365. I only been gone for like 10 hours. I ride back past the same gas station and gas 389. Who clicked that damn button? But anywho, right? With the medication. So I stepped out the store and I was like, 90 something dollars. Hold on. First thing I'm saying to myself, did I need all this medication like this at once? But of course, your mind gonna tell you, yeah, you know why? Because I ain't got to go back now for a while. I got plenty. That's how we thinking, right? But then I'm still looking across the street. Oh shit, gas is really going up, right? Something's gotta give. I will never, not now, as I'm watching inflation that's hampering or tampering with the freaking gas. I ain't going back in there to get no more medication. But I did go back to Walgreens here lately because I need to get some Kleenexes. Okay? I bought the cheapest goddamn Kleenex. They ain't soft. They ain't scratching up my nose. But I like those Vicks Kleenex, right? Because I like the smell of Vicks. Good morning. So I'm like, okay. But I said, let me go check something. Let me go check something because the last time I was in here getting all this medication, I was kind of moving pretty fast. And mentally, since I'm like, okay, I got enough, I should be able to pay for what I need. Not thinking, excusing that. Not, okay, let's just grab that. Right, so, hi, good morning. So I'm saying, okay, let me go check something. So I go back over to the medicine aisle, right? Now, I know that I done bought medicine like this some time ago, right? I know that. So, I'm wait a minute. The medicine went up. Have y'all checked the prices on the over-counter medication? Have you? I'm saying to myself, holy, Aleve ain't used to cost this much. Tylenol wasn't this much. Man, I went in there because I'm running my humidifier, right? So I need to amp back up on my liquid Vicks vape stuff, right? That you pour in the humidifier, right? When I tell y'all, you sleep so wonderful running one of those and letting it mist up in the air. You sleep like a baby, okay? So I remember, wait a minute, I was paying like $9.99 for the Vicks Vapor stuff, right? Blah, blah, blah. And I went to look at it because I actually grabbed one of those too. I left that out the store. $15.99. Now y'all know I'm finna take my black ass home, right? Which I did. Because I have the Vicks Vapor Rub, right? The one that you rub on your chest. Man, I put the pot on the goddamn stove. Man, I burnt that shit down just like butter. I made my own motherfucking liquid. You got me fucked up. I was like, y'all crazy. Cause I got a lot of little, the Vicks. I put the whole thing in there and listen, got the spoon, scooped it up out of there because I paid like $3.99 for something for those right now. I don't know if the price changed on those because I didn't need any, so I didn't check those, right? But man, I scooped all them up out of them little bitty containers, put it right down in there, put that pot on little simmer, just to melt it all down, and poured it in the squeeze, and there go my Vicks Vapor Rub for my goddamn. Now, I did something crazy too because I had to experiment, right? Check it. So they have these Vicks Vapor cubes, right? This is a solid rock. It's hard. It's for your shower, right? They work. Don't get me wrong. They work. They cheap bag. Also, I got them from Walmart, right? So you set it down in your shower. I put one in the front, one in the back, right? Be careful, don't step on it because it takes a long time for it to dissolve, okay? Dissolve because it's soluble, so and it's hard. And you run that hot water for a little while, letting them hit the rocks, right? Hit the Vicks. Man, that vape smell gonna come all up in your shower, honey. You be breathing and it, clears you up and stuff like that, right? However, I tried to experiment with those first, right? Couldn't get those to melt down at all. Now, I don't know if they got some cement spread in it or some crack cocaine. I don't know what the fuck, but I couldn't get those to melt down in the pot because I had, it's like, damn, I got bags of these too, right? And I use them not just only for a cold or anything. I like the smell of it. I love the smell of Vicks Vapor Rub, right? So that's that. But back to the inflation and the gas and the things like that, right? I ain't rich. I ain't rich at all. None. Okay? But I do have comfort finances that will allow me to move around and continue to save with what's going on in the world that could have an effect on me, like it may have an effect on you and all of the others out here. We just have to get our mindset into you want to do it. I can do it. I can let this go. I can do this. I can make a sandwich. You ain't got to be bougie. Hell with Chili's. Hell with Applebee's. See, what we don't correct, right? What we don't demand out here is the reason why that your government continues to do what they want to do. If they are that big and malicious in the way that they handling things, especially going on with this war, right? And all you seeing is people sitting up in there at that table, the Senate, and I reclaim my time, I reclaim my time, I reclaim my time, arguing. Just like the shit you see out here. Some of that shit gets through, reworked, a bill will get addressed, and blah, blah, blah. And it's a whole lot of other shit that don't. They have the same opportunity, the same fancy way of dealing with shit, just like we out here. And that is fuss and bicker about it. But in my opinion, to beat the government at what they're doing or to get them to listen to whatever, we have to condition ourselves in a total different goddamn way. But we don't work collectively because of the things that you think you need. You need Chili's. Oh, you need the gym stores, champs. You need the online shopping services. If we can just go and pretend, you already got 6, 7 pair of shoes. Hang tight. You gonna have to shut down all the other commodities, all the other businesses or whatever. Let the business people start doing a big fuss out here. Hey, we going underwater. Cause we ain't nobody shopping. Cause y'all doing this. It's really better ways to get this government to listen. It is. And I'm like, but we can't be collective about it. And they know that. They know your ass. I don't care if they put the gas up to $7.99, which I hear is about reaching that in Cali. But those Cali people, out of what is it, 2 million, it's only gonna be about 20,000 that's gonna make a fuss about it. It's gonna make a fuss. The other ones, they still going to Chili's. They still going to Applebee's. They still going over. They still gonna buy $800 worth of groceries. So it'll never balance itself out because we're not all on one accord. One defending each other. We never defend just because you can afford to go with the $800 of groceries don't mean that you shouldn't collectively stand by me and not shop for eight. Don't do it. Got to shut them down. But we can't because we got to have. We got to have. We got to have. We can't do without. I got to be the better dresser. I got to get this. I got to get my hair done. Back then, Africans ain't fucked around with no beautician. They sat out there and braided up and plaited up they own goddamn hair. They own goddamn hair. But we can't do that because being fashionable is what's in. Being fashionable is what's going to keep your ass broke. Because you worried about whether if he going to like the way you look. Or you want somebody to tell you, girl, that sharp, girl. Where you get that from? Look at that purse, girl. The fuck out of here. That's intimidation. Keep being intimidated by, you're the statistic that is being out here with all of that goddamn noise about what the government doing to you. It's you. Government ain't doing it. You're doing it to your goddamn self because you won't sit your ass down for a minute, right? You won't sit down for a minute and let them do what they do. But then you are prepared. You are prepared. I'm not saying don't go get your hair done. You're gonna do what you do. But that 150, that $300 hair weave and shit like that. Oh yeah, you're the person. Oh, did you see this? You see this? I use me as the other part of the statistic person out here. I don't give a fuck about. I don't even see half of the shit. I make myself aware of it, and I strategize, and I maneuver around it. I can't even fix my mouth to say that it's hurting me. I'm not the bitching one out here, cause I'm not at the beauty shop once a week paying $150. I'm not at the stores buying $3,000 purses. I'm not worried about no fucking rings on my fingers. Neither am I worried about paying somebody a goddamn $80 to do my fucking nails. To put some other shit on my nails when I already got some shit. I'm not the one out there buying all them goddamn eyelashes. Ooh, did she say that? So that's not me. Good morning, Reba. I'm good with waking up, putting on last year gym shoes, especially with gas costing this much. Mother of God, darn a brand new pair of shoes at this. Y'all must be crazy. I'm not suffering. I'm not finna to take away all of my treats and my likeness of what I like to do. I would not do that. It's just a time for it. Is it a time to do it now? Is it a time to do? There's going to be a time you can do it later. Pick your poison. Well, pick your poison. You want to keep doing this and keep ignoring what's going on over here? Go right on ahead. But you, that person that we all got to sit out here and listen to bitch about. Oh, then they doing it, and then the gas is up, and then this is over here. And like I said, my kids get this same goddamn shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Not from my oldest daughter, not from my middle daughter, and not from my baby daughter, because I done told y'all. I done told y'all. Ma, you seen so-and-so? No, what I am looking at is that I'm pretty sure your hair just cost you about $380. So how in the fuck are you standing in my face talking about, ooh, the gas is so high and I need help with the gas, but you standing in front of me with $380 in your head. You gonna have to move the F around from me. Get the fuck on. That's how I do mines. That's how I do mines. You what? I guess you won't be driving. I guess you should have thought about that before you went over there to Ying Su and purchased her bag of fucking hair. Cause see, Ying Su finna be driving. Cause she can afford it now. She got your $380. Think about it. Think about it. Oh, mom. Guess what my 380 at in my goddamn pocket? You ain't got no gas. Now, I get it. Some would say you're mean. That's selfish. And I would say back to you, thank you. Because I don't have a problem pumping my gas. What they say, call me what you want. Call me what you want. I tell my kids, oh, won't talk to me for a day. They don't want to talk for a day. Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, good morning. They won't talk to me because mama did this. Y'all see how the mama did you mama? You damn right. I don't give. Do you know what happens when you don't talk to me? That means that you're not gonna ask me for any damn money. Oh shit, I'll be cracking myself up, right? Give it about 3, 4 days. They'll be back. Mom, no, I seriously do need like $20, Mom. Oh, you do? But now I'm looking at a different person. I'm looking at a different person who settled for a ponytail, has on just her, ain't got on no new outfit, don't have on the new Jordans that just came out. Yeah, I got the new Jordans. I did. But I won't be buying no more. I just so happen to know somebody that knows somebody that knew somebody that put those up on deck before they hit the streets. That's all. I ain't paid what y'all think they cost. I knew somebody that knew somebody that when they shipped in, put them up. Now when they collect, that's how that played out. But I'm just saying though, if the world would only think and come collectively together, then we'll be all right. We'll stop all of this griping and bitching and groaning and stuff. And I'm telling y'all, it took me a minute to realize that. This ain't overnight. This is just years and years and years of growth, becoming knowledgeable and practicing it. Because, see, first you got to test it. You got to test it and see if it's going to work for you. And once you see some progress in it, and you done tried this way, and tried this way, give yourself 4 different ways to try. Now, the one that you're successful in, you know that's the way to keep going. And you're going to prevail. So every time you go into that store and you got taste for those hot Cheetos, a pack of lemonade, what you call them, with the now and laters, and then you got to get your juice drink with it. How much is that? You just spent probably about what, a good $4.59. Well, goddamn it, stop going into the store spending $4.59 if you can't put $4.59 in an envelope away. So what you gonna do is buy it twice. One is gonna be your savings. You ain't finna never touch no more. I guarantee you, look in that envelope at the end of the fucking year, because that envelope is gonna be out of sight, out of mind. Never to be touched. But double up on yourself. You gonna treat yourself over here to Applebee's? And you know Applebee's and the steak and or Texas Roadhouse, you finna spend that 100? Don't go until you have 200. Put that other 100 in that envelope with that other 759. Keep that money stacking, and you can still enjoy life. If you can't do both of those, then you shouldn't be going into Texas Roadhouse every fucking Saturday. I'm just saying. And I loves me a goddamn steak. Loves me one. But I can also walk away from one for months. For months, I could walk away. You know you ain't using that damn gym membership. Shut it down for a minute. What you got it for? To be bragging because you got one. Shut it down. Put that goddamn $19.99 back into your freaking envelope. You know you ain't got no business going and getting you no brand new fucking BMW where your car note right now that you cannot even get under $500 anymore a month. I don't give a rat's ass about what your credit score is. Unless you not pamper that bitch outright, you will be stuck with financing somewhere around the ranging of, what is it, 63, 72, 84 fucking months for 6, 7, 800 motherfucking dollars for a brand new. Uh-huh. But you ain't gonna go over here and put no money in savings. You just making enough just to make that car note and the insurance. Oh, they got us good. Took me a while to learn all of that, y'all. Took me a while. I walked off the lot. I didn't walk off the lot saying that, okay, I'm finna do some dumb shit. I walked off the lot prepared. 2 vehicles, less than 24 hours. But I knew, because I sat down and did my math, what I'm going to have to cut back from and what I can continue on doing to pay 2 fucking car notes. I slacked back so much, I swear I thought I was homeless. Instead of a 5-year freaking goddamn auto financed, I killed those both of them in 2.5 years. I'm just saying. Because I got tired of paying them motherfuckers. I was like, hold the shit up. Because I'm missing out on my Texas Roadhouse. I was missing out on movie nights. You know, I mean, movies expensive going to the theater unless you go on $5 Tuesdays. Most people work on Tuesdays and they knew that. That was systematically designed. Why isn't it $5 Saturdays, huh? To me, that they would, calculate and accumulate a whole lot of money on a Saturday. Everybody off. They do Tuesdays. I couldn't figure out what the fuck. Yeah, so what, you got about a good 10,000, no, not even that much, maybe 3,000 people rolling through here on Tuesday from the time y'all open at the 8 o'clock morning movie up until the 10 o'clock. All systematically designed. I have to sit down and figure it out. Some of it may sound abstract. I'm telling you, the way that I think. I get told that too sometimes. And you think abstract. Abstract got me here. Abstract got me here. Thinking the total opposite. Thinking weird, as people like to say. Not comprehending what the fuck is going on in the world got me here. Because I didn't swing and sway they way. Because I didn't do your rule, your guidelines, huh? Because I ain't stand on this. What? What? Yeah, I'm abstract than a motherfucker. Yeah, I get it. Call me weird. Call me weird. Hey, y'all have a good day, man. I'm supposed to go get my blood flowing. I can feel myself draining in my energy a little bit, but I took my medication today. Should be good. I'm trying to stick around here a little bit, help out, and then head my butt back home. Maybe I'll come on live today. Drop the link and shit. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we'll talk about how y'all feel about old Lotto getting pregnant. Maybe we'll talk about that. I think it's, you know, interesting at the same time. What the hell anybody gonna do about it? If she wanted to go get pregnant by whoever she wanted to go get pregnant by, oh, what do you know? Oh, well. Oh, well. It is what it is. Now I'm seeing pictures and clips and shit of something about Glorilla. And at first it was a Cardi B, but oh well, they let them do their life. They ain't doing their life no different than what the real people out here in the world done did. And the only thing different, like everybody says, that they just so happen to be not inspired but influencer. Well, because they ain't influencing me on shit. But rich rappers. The only damn difference. They gets the attention. And we can get into seeing, how do y'all feel about this whole chili thing, donating to the MAGA. I mean, I can tell y'all my first thought about it, and mine's y'all already know. Oh, I don't give a fuck. When you went and counted up all the damn money, even though that's irrelevant and not important, right? About how much it was and shit. The shit didn't even equate to near $1,000. However, I get the whole dynamic of it. You shared a button. And the button was something about Michelle Obama being a man. And she didn't know that she reposted it. And I'm sorry I reposted it. But let me say this before I go. Because I've been to their concerts. I've been. Don't y'all forget that my homegirl, my BFF in here, has done their graphic designs and stuff, right? VIP. I'm rolling with her, so I'm there, right? So obviously I see the culture that supports her in certain demographic areas. But I've been there, and I'm talking about Chicago also. I've been there, saw them there. When I tell y'all the amount of black Americans that I hear or that I'm seeing that is crushing chili, and they wants to boycott the concert, I'm going to stand as a witness, and this ain't no supporting any goddamn body. This is just my opinion about what I've seen through my freaking experience out here at their concerts. Their concerts in certain demographic areas, especially when I went to the one at Chicago, ain't supported nowhere near 30% of black Americans. It's them goddamn Caucasians. Okay? It's them goddamn Caucasians. That's where that that of what I have seen standing in their concerts, front row, back row, whatever. We was just at one. You go pull up my last video. Go pull up the video. I think it's still on there. I'm not sure if YouTube took it. I don't know because of the music, right? But you don't hear the music because I had to mute it. Y'all know what was out there? Probably about 5 to 10, no more than 20 black Americans. And I get it. This is a white state. So I understood that. I understood that, right? But when we're talking about hardcore supporting and you a hardcore fan, a lot of them travel. They gonna travel to where they that person is at. A lot of them do, right? It wasn't no more than 20 freaking blacks up at that damn concert, the last one I just went to. So I'm trying to see where is the black supporters at anyway? Where you got all of these people that I saw online. Well, we just gonna boycott it. Nobody support them. And I'm saying to myself, show me where you purchased the ticket. Where you purchase it, because these will be the main people, just like the same parable that I just gave y'all about what's going on in the world, in the typical type of people that'll come out and start bitching about gas and shit first, right? This is a parable. It'll be the people that ain't never even fucking purchased a ticket and went to a concert first anyways, not first, I'm sorry, anyways, that want to shut you down. Ain't life a bitch? Ain't life a bitch? But I get it, you know. I get it. She, people upset. And she supported this whole mega thing and donated to the Trump and did this. And I get it. Was it wrong, you know? Now they all done stumbled across the old video that T-Bar said a long time ago that a member of mine's, group member of mine's, supported and this, this or that years ago, so I get it. Now that's worth sharing, right? But the systematic, the financial systematic on YouTube, motherfucker don't care. Hit this button, go live, talk about it, get paid. that's really the gag, okay? Like really, you really care. You care. Okay, now you care. No, you care about what the numbers and the views look like, so YouTube can drop that check the 21st through the 26th. They don't care, but be the same people that want to shut you down. Same people. The same people. Persian, get your punk bitch ass up out my chat. How about that? See, it's people like you. It's people like you. It's people like you, bro. It's people like you. Let me come around. You can hit the link. You can hit the link tonight. And I'm going to give your bitch ass this work. See, you can call me stupid. Now you can call me motherfucking crazy. How about that? How about that, person? I'm going to give you something else you can double down on. Now you can call me crazy. Hey, Hey, buddy. Where your
She all
supervisor?
pretty in pink.
What you say? She said you so pretty and pink.
You, I was like, oh, Teo
I know
compliment
he
somebody.
can't do it. He cannot fix his mouth to do it. You know it's pretty and pink.
Everybody came in
Thank
today.
you. Okay then, just why does it hurt you to say it? I always got to stay on him. What you say?
Everybody came in except Carrie.
I ain't see her yesterday. Or the day before, huh? It's a black thing. You wouldn't understand.
You gotta
You
coordinate.
you wait till I get you a black woman, boy. You ain't never going back. Oh, he know you want. He don't want black girl. What's going on over here? Y'all need to back?
He ain't talking to something like that.
Where your super?
She around here somewhere.
I think I'm supposed to go over there. I thought I was just gonna take you to one.
Pennsylvania land.
But I did it yesterday though.
Yeah.
I ain't staying all day.
She like, Karen came in at 3 in the morning.
Why?
I think so you can still do 8 hours. Cause he had express. I said, how is express done?
Yeah.
I came in at 3. Why you come in at 3? He said, cause he got somewhere to go later.
Oh, okay.
And Erica said you can come in at 3.
Sounds good.
So,
Yeah. All right. Where is Persian version at? And niggas sit here and group together a Persian version. I was really ready to go in on your punk ass. Always got to come in. That's what y'all do. I don't even know how y'all can do it. I could never subject myself to going to anybody's freaking channel and going in there to just say anything. You sound stupid for saying something is stupid, bitch. This is like a whole new path, man. Come with that smoke, you gonna get that smoke. Can't be nice and polite to these old beanstalk headed ass, having ass goddamn people. I'm sick of it. I've been nice for too many damn years out here. Too many years. Now I'm gonna look through my goddamn subscribers and see if your punk ass on there. You better be on there. Coming up in here talking shit. That's the only way you gonna keep coming in here. You better subscribe. And at least you'll get some attention. I can give you some attention to subscribe. Now, hopefully they'll find out who your ass is and send your ass out there and fight that goddamn war. How about that? That's probably where you need to be since you up in here with and like you Billy badass and want to type what the fuck you want to type. Speak English. Get your bitch ass out of here when that's all I've been speaking, bitch. I don't know motherfucking Spanish or Latin, motherfucker. And that's exactly why I'm gonna keep coming on and keep addressing and irritating people like you. That's what I'm gonna do. Just keep irritating. And then want to tell somebody he must ain't got the message. Motherfucker, nobody tell me what to do. Unless I want to listen to you. And you better have some good advice for me. Because if you don't, then move around. Just move around. Ah, that shit. Now you got me going. Like for real, for real. You got me going. You got me going. Anybody else? Is there anybody else? Not my people. I'm not talking to y'all at all. That comes in here and I like talking to you guys. Not you guys. I'm talking about what the hell is this shit here? I'm talking about, what this is. Anybody else want to take a jab at Pat? Anybody? I got to keep telling you, I be sick, but I can rise above being sick. Better not be. So I ain't gonna do nothing but cuss you out. And you'll be able to go tell everybody, oh, that girl crazy on her channel. Oh, that girl this, and oh, that you can do. I'm gonna give you all of that where you can go run and tell that. Anybody. Going once, going twice. Going, go. That was I got my pink on. Let me see if I can put this up just for a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Huh? Huh? Anybody else? Huh? Anybody else? Anybody else want to step up and say something? Huh? Because I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off. Yeah, I try to be nice. Try to be nice. Like he's like, I got my pink on. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Up early in the morning. Dressed in pink. Dressed in pink. Oh, let me see, let me see. Ain't nobody here right now, so I can screw off for a second. That's 6 and 14. I don't even work over here. I'm gonna hide out over here for a minute. But I also know all the areas, so no matter where I go. Got to sit here. Then you know Persian. Then you say that like, you know what's crazy though? Why is it so easy to come on this freaking microphone and not even worry about it? Like, it's always gonna be somebody. That's to be expected. If you don't expect it to be somebody, right, and you end up having your guards down. It's people like you is the reason why it's a lot of people won't come on and start them a YouTube channel. There are people like you. They got to worry and dodge and worry about people like you. Yo can. Yo can. Now that's a racist motherfucking remark. Yo can, motherfucker. Got to worry about you. What you gonna say to them? You know? People like you. But see, you picked the wrong goddamn channel because you can't divert me nowhere. And that's what I like about YouTube. When y'all try to come out here and troll and say all that crazy ass shit. And then once you get trolled back, right? I blocked you. I get that, right? I blocked you, right? But be surprised when somebody talking back to you on how you came in the room. Oh, or you run. No, don't run. Don't run. You were bold enough to come in here and talk that shit. Then keep talking it. But that's how y'all do out here. You know? Even though you got great commentators, right? You got great ones out here that just ignore y'all ass and just let you talk. So, and I hate to go on, members only, because I like to talk to everybody. I like to talk to everybody. And I already respectfully know that, there's people that like to come without needing to be put pressure into any membership to come and conversate with somebody. So I know that too. But sometimes it's like, man, listen, what in the hell? He brought your ass up in here. And then behind the scenes or whatever, right? So you get to talk your shit. I don't know what's wrong with this. If this ain't working out right here, that damn thing broke. And I ain't gonna waste no more time with it. that's a done deal. But anywho, cause I'll be bitching and talking all damn day, y'all. Cause I'm boring today. I'm boring. Anybody else got something to say? Are there any questions that you guys need to ask? And I'll see if I can give you a fair and honest answer. How about that? Anybody? 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 New person. My new day. My channel is just gonna go the way I swing it. That's it and that's all. That's it and that's all. Well, actually, I've been doing that since day one. That is crazy. I've been doing that since day one. It feels good to be free, man. It feels so good. Nobody power over here. It feels so good. Say what I want, do what I want, act like how I want. All of the above. Uh-uh. Ain't got to wait to address nothing to nobody or none of that shit. It feels good. Yeah. And I can call out and address and react to whatever I want. I ain't got to hold nothing back. Never did and never will. And nobody will ever have me restricted to that. And remember, right, that I told you, being affiliated in groups, becoming, I guess this one here, trying to become friends to people that you do not know, haven't grown with, can't physically see or touch, which is part of what I just said about being grouped up and stuff. All of that shit will have your ass restricted. It will restrict you. You're worried about that person's feelings. You're worried about, not stepping out of bounds. You're worried about what a person might say about you. You're worried about, I wish the bleep I will. I ain't in slavery. I ain't held captive, not my mind, my body, nor my soul, by nobody. It doesn't feel good at all. Then you got to sit up there, right? Knowing the person lying. You know it's lying. You know it's lying. She lying. They lying. Her lying. Him lying. You know it. You sit your ass. I wish the hell I would be sitting there. None of that's gonna ever happen. Knowing you, what? Really? Oh, but because we're friends, right? I'm supposed to be rocking 100. Shit, sitting with somebody and I know you this way, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you my fucking time to be sitting up there playing in a game of fake fucking facade. I might well get paid for it. Oh shit. Oh, Pap, you ain't shit. I might as well get paid. Talking about some, how they say, join the membership, join the shit. Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, not on that tip. You know what I'm saying? No, that tip, though. And not on that tip at all. Man, shout out to the person. Pap, have lunch on me. Man, I appreciate that. Wow. That was like, and I ain't even know because I don't even follow. I don't have no notification or nothing on for Cash App or Zelle or PayPal, right? So I didn't even know. And then, I get a message. It's like, hey, did you did so and so? And I'm like, what? And so I actually went and checked because I never scroll. First of all, maybe if I move my Cash app closer to the beginning of my apps, then most likely then I'll start seeing it. But it's all the way at the freaking end in the apps that I use. I never scroll. I don't have to scroll, that far down, so then I miss them. But I also do not have notifications on anything. 'Cause I don't want to hear nothing. Not on my messenger. Not nothing pops up. All of them are off. Well, except for my one one account, because that account, and I know y'all gonna be like, that's probably wrong, right? But one of my accounts, I have it connected. Well, I have one of Coda's savings account connected to that account, so I can monitor and kind of see. I'm not being nosy or nothing like that, right? But I have it that way because I can check and see um, where she's at with those savings, because she does shop and do a lot of things, right? And I don't want her to be out there without emergency money. So I kept that account connected to mine. I started that account when she with the child custodian account, and I just never had them to shut it down or disconnect it from mine so that I can't see her account like that, right? But I keep it like that because she might not be, she know I just kind of gave her something, so she might be like, I'm gonna ask mama or so and so, for, or me, what I mean, not so and so, ask mama for no money, right? And I don't never really want my kids to feel that way. Always want them to be able to come to me before they do anything crazy or drastic and stupid, right? But so every now and then, if I'll get a notification only from that account, right? And it's telling me, okay, Coda moved so and so, Coda took out so and so. But then if it looks like, hold on one second, she don't have emergency money like up in there, I'll transfer money. So, and I always want that to stay like that, just in case. Like, nope. And it's easy for her to get. I don't think Coda has. She doesn't have. Oh, maybe she do have a Cash App. I don't know. She might have a Cash App. I never do cash. I always just transfer money into her savings account. I know she does Zelle, but I don't know about the other one. You feel me? You feel me? But that's how I do. So. But now I'm coming into the summer months, and this is the time of year, every year, that I take both vehicles in to get them serviced. So that usually hits me for about close to 1,000 with that maintenance checkpoint stuff, and checking this and rotating the tires, getting the oil change, and all the stuff. I think I have to put some new tires on the car. I'm gonna check them out because Coda been in driving my car. She's been doing exceptionally well. I'm really proud of her and how she has been taking care of the car. So, oh my goodness. So that really made me proud of her, and her showing her appreciation, of being put in a vehicle that she didn't have to pay for, or none of that, covered under the insurance and stuff. So that made me be like, okay, you go ahead on the drive. Eventually, probably about another, I don't know, I looked up the make and model of my truck, and what I read, like that year make and model that I have, even though Kia is making more and more and more newer models and stuff. I listen, I got the best goddamn year make and model that Kia will ever freaking make. If you don't have that year that I have, yeah, all that new shit and whatever, yeah, you're gonna run into some problems and stuff with those cars. But I love my Kia. I don't care what nobody say, man. I love that goddamn Kia. That, well, not like that. Not like I can't depart from it. Let's not get it twisted. I ain't caught up in that type of magnitude kind of way. The car gotta go. The car gotta go. I had one car I did cry about, y'all. I did when I was in high school, right? And I bought that one too. That was brand. Well, no, that wasn't my first one, right? My first one was when my mom and my. Okay, let me say this. At right around maybe 14 or something like that, right? And what is this? Hold on a second. Let me make sure I got this right. As I don't work over here, I'll be over here screwing some shit up. Right. So, is that looks weird. It says 3. Um, Give me 1 second. I want to make sure. Okay, I guess. You know what? If it's wrong, the people that come in, they can come in here and fix this shit if they want to. Let's do that. Okay, but so I first realized, let me tell y'all, when I first realized that I was bougie. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I didn't think that I would ever need to shit. But when I first thought I was bougie, okay, out of my sisters and stuff. Now, I watched my sisters, all of us, right? And Dad, he used to get off like at 3 in the morning, right? And Dad be like, okay, y'all ain't get up, get ready for school, blah, blah, blah. He's getting up us in order. He knows all of us. He knows who's going to be in the bathroom the longest and blah, 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 you know, all that. So he kind of had his little system of doing, get us up. My mom, she is first because she had to be at work at 5, right? So when my mom is done, and then my brothers, they had to go downstairs. They could not get dressed upstairs for school. They had to go downstairs, right? So, okay. So I think right around the middle of my freshman year, right? I'm in my freshman year, right? I was cool going to grade school, and I knew I couldn't drive. I was young, I'm going to grade school, and then grade school was about 4-5 blocks away, right? And everybody outside kicking it. We go to grade school. Now I did get mad at my mom at one time because I guess the struggle was real then, right? And everybody else would be going clothes shopping, school shopping, right, up on Madison and stuff. But my mom always want to go over to Sears Roebuck, over there off of, I don't know the fuck was that Sears at, Harlem? I'm trying to think where the Sears, Central Park or something, I don't know, I might be wrong, but somewhere over in that area, right? But that's where my mom always wanted to go, right? I think that's when I started getting an attitude too. Like, well, why we ain't going up on Madison? I started sneaking up on Madison when they brought out them little color ass Levi's, right? The red, the blue, the gray. Cause that's where you had to go to the seamstress at to get your shit straight leg, right? Or you would go to Jewtown down there, cause you go upstairs, they had the Chinese ladies, people up there to hook your shit up, right? Now, I could never understand why nobody actually came out at that time, with the Levi's with straight leg, right? They always have wide leg ass goddamn Levi's, right? The red, blue, yellow, green, or whatever, right? But I never fucked with the blue ones, right? I always liked my little red ones and the black ones and stuff like that. I ain't fuck with no yellow and green and all that damn shit in the Levi's, right? However, right, so now, this like, okay, I gotta be bougie, right? Now, I'm in high school, right? So, I'm sitting here watching my sisters and all that, right? And they was cool, getting all on the public bus. I couldn't do it, y'all. I think it was a phobia I had. Like, I knew when I was be sitting down and two of my sisters would sit together, right? And then I would always be like left out of there. My baby sister was still in grade school. So, but I always would get somebody to sit by me. Like, I don't like you. Like, why are you sitting here? Even if you try to put your backpack, like on the chair. I used to try to block it with my backpack, right? But I was like, oh, and then my sisters like they always laugh because they know what they would be doing, right? And then if you would get on the bus and stop playing around, then no, y'all set this shit up all the goddamn time for y'all two to sit together, right? Because they really were bookworms. I ain't gonna lie, they were some book goddamn worms, man. They had books in their goddamn backpack that they ain't even need for school. Where you got all that shit for? So I already knew, man, listen, I'm finna do not the most, okay? I watched my two sisters, man, they was walking like camels. I swear to God, y'all. Backpacks heavy than them. What do y'all got in them goddamn bags? Now, I got my backpack, don't get me wrong, but I got my sports gear in there. I mean, it may be two classes I ain't even fucking with anyway, 'cause I can't stand them teachers. So yeah, okay, I was a little like that, okay? I was a little fucked up back there like that, whatever. So, but I had DNA, like this my dad in me, and that's part of the reason why my sisters and stuff, they ain't like me too much like that, cause I was straight RC, man. I just said his name, okay? But, you know. So I have to blame all of that shit on him. It's not blaming in a bad way like that, but I had to blame that shit on RC. I was RC straight out our street for real. RC. So not so much my mom. So, okay. So now, I think it was the phobic that did that for me, and it made me bougie like that. Because now I got a proposition for my mom and my dad right now. Mind you, at the time, we all working summer jobs because we all like money plus our allowance, right? So, summer jobs, we working. I'm at work, say, now, we weren't never big spenders like that because I told y'all, we kind of really was following my mom footsteps when it come to money, right? But so I sat them down. I had literally like this lot of money, right? So I put on the table to my mom and dad, listen here. That's right, I said, listen here. Listen here, baby sister and RC. I need y'all to have a seat because this is how this is about to go down. The way I told them, right? RC looking at me like, what, and the baby sister like, who the fuck she think she is? So I'm trying to tell y'all, my character like literally has been the same for a long, 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 long time. So they sat down. What's going on now? Mind you, I got my sisters. They nosy, right? My brothers, they stayed out of the girl stuff. They ain't getting no shit about that, right? They ain't boys. I said, this is what's going to happen. I can't ride the public transportation. I can't do it. So my dad goes, why? Somebody's bothering you? What's up? Because, he ready to pull up. He keep them things on him, right? That's just how RC is. No, Dad, it ain't that. He's like, well, what's wrong? I said, I can't do it. I cannot do it. My mom, what's going on? Is there something going on? Somebody picking with y'all on the bus? No. I said, I have a phobia. I can't do the public shit. I can't do that. I don't want to sit by nobody. I don't want nobody to talk to me. I was like that, and I don't want to know your name. I don't know none of that shit. So, okay, what do you talk about? I said, here's how it's gonna go. I need a car. You ain't old enough to drive. I don't give a fuck. I need a car. RC said, you don't know how to drive. I said, yes, I do. 14. Said, no, you don't. I said, yes, I do. How you know how to drive? I was still in my brother's Mustang. Oh, and I was still in your wagon. Don't you notice how your gas was missing? I make sure you get the same parking spot back. I did that. But everybody, I was literally taking their cars. Teaching myself to fucking drive. I got caught finally by one of my brothers in his Mustang. Right? Stick and all. I know I drive stick, all that. Motorcycle, I drive my bikes, all that. Okay. So my brother, he called my brother in the kitchen, right? Rob, get in here. What is this stuff? Saying my name, Jack. She know how to drive? He said his goofy ass up there. Yeah, Dad. She been taking my car and taking yours. She know how to drive. So first, y'all know what got to come first, right? I got to get yelled at. Oh, he mad. RC got steam coming out his nose. This is something wrong with you. You that's a badass. And what if you would have got this? What if you would have hit a car? What if ain't nobody trying to hear all that shit? But I let him get it out. I got on the punishment, okay? But don't forget, the proposition is coming back to the table, okay? I understand that. They didn't want to hear it because the first thing they needed to do was discipline me for taking a car. Now I'm still on the goddamn bus. Don't want to be on the bus. I'm mad as hell. RC and baby sister didn't even want to hear it. Next week, now they pissing me off. I'm still holding on to my money. They know I got some money because they don't see me shopping. They do see me going next door to the candy store getting me some strawberry ice cookies. 25 of them. I had to have those when I was like 14 or 15. I was addicted to them. That's about the most that they would see me spend, right? I had to worry about no clothes. Baby sister was buying those. At that time, my little knockers are poking out, so now I got to go put on fucking whatever baby bra. That's part of growth, right? So then, check it. It's time to bring this back to the table, because I can't catch no bus, man. I can't do this. I'm too good for the damn bus. I ain't letting people get on and stinking, cussing, yelling, oh, robbing you and shit, snatching your gold chains. Man, I can't do this shit. Not only that, y'all, I saw a come up, okay? I was calculating, excuse me, I was calculating how many people were getting on this bus, right? So check this out now. I went back to Dad, I need a car. So I guess he must have thought about it and talked about it and whatever. Says you don't have your permit or nothing like that. I'm Dad. Now I'm sophomore year, right? I'm in driver's ed. I'll have my permit, so and so, so and so. He said, well, okay, get your permit. Let me know. I said, but when I get my permit, you ain't never here to take me down over there on Laramie because I got to get my license. I got to go take the driving test. Well, just let me know so and so. Okay, I did that, right? Now I got my permit, everything. I'm balling with the permit, y'all. Yeah, I'm in, right? Where's RC? Nowhere to be found. Every time he is to be found, I go up in there. Dad, can you get up, take me to get my license? I got to do the driver test. Dad, nope, I'm too tired. I'm this. Okay, I see how this is. Well, since I already know how to take your car without your permission, I'm about to take your car without your permission. I waited for RC to go to sleep, y'all. No lie, true story. I waited for RC to go to sleep. Sure did. Took that car down over on Laramie. I kid y'all not, this first, the lady, I get up to the desk. Oh, where's your parents? He outside. That remind me of Bernie Mac, right? And him downstairs getting some milk and cookies, but him outside. Dad outside. Dad ain't outside nowhere. Check it, right? Because I've told y'all I'm from the streets. I done grew up. I knew what to say, how to move, when to move, all that stuff. Check it. I done already gave a bomb out there 10 motherfucking bucks to say he my dad. So, of course, I'm waiting on a standby in case they wanted, to call him in, right? Dad had to come and sign the paper. Man, let me go out there. When I tell y'all this bomb, I ain't know the man. He rolled it out with me. I done already told him how to sign the R and the C and the other last name. Listen here. Shit, man, we played that shit smooth. He's like, you good, baby girl? I'm all good, solid. Now, when I say solid, most people will probably know what exactly I meant by solid. I'm not going to go into details about solid. But those people that know what I mean when I say solid, let me make this clear to you. I was never involved in the 4CH neighborhood. I just knew a lot of them, okay? Now that there settles that. Now, hi Shannon. So now I got my license, y'all. I'm ready to rock and roll. Get home. Dad mad again. Now, of course, here comes my next punishment because I took his car again. Not only that, y'all, I was a little late getting back and I just ran into interrupting his trap time. He got to go play the motherfucking perfector. So guess what? Guess what? Fine. I can't be on punishment. I mean, I got grand roller rink going on. I got to make it up to North Avenue in the roller rink. I got shit. I got license. I got to get busy, right? That became my world. So, Dad, I got to get back in good with RC. Dad, this how I'm talking, right? Got to know when to turn it on and off. I'm a sophomore, right? Dad, I could go to the racetrack with you. Oh, you want to go to the racetrack? Yeah, Dad, take me. I'm going to help. We going to win. Okay. Get your little ass on in the car. Because, man, he still heated up. I done made him late. He probably done missed a couple of races out there. Dad was VIP over at Hawthorne, okay? I love that shit because we sitting up at the box. Now, mind you, I could have been downstairs anytime playing Millipede, Centipede, or Gallagher. But I'm rolling with Dad because I need Dad to not be mad at me no more, right? Okay, check it. So now, right, Dad up there, he showed me the sheet, blah, blah, blah. You want to pick some numbers? Yeah, I'm going to pick the trifecta. So, of course, I roll with my birthday, 728, bam. Dad said, oh, I ain't never think to pay your birthday. Well, Dad, you need to pay this birthday because my birthday lucky as fuck. Now, mind you, Dad goes up to the booth, get the ticket, trifecta, we down, blah, blah, blah. He goes on back up. He hands me the ticket. He handed me the ticket, y'all. I don't know what goofy in the world gonna hand me no damn. What did you hand me this damn ticket for? Okay, put it in your pocket for good luck. That's why he handed it to me. I picked the numbers. He said, that's my ticket. Fine. I go downstairs, woo, woo. I'm hollering at Gallagher. I'm over there swinging with me some Centipede. Man, I was a beast in Millipede. I felt that nobody can touch my gameplay on Millipede because that's what's my game, right? Pac-Man, Millipede, bring it. Centipede, bring it. Okay, however, right? So, now y'all check it right. Now, I'm playing the game. The race done went off, all that stuff. And I didn't watch the race. So I was like, well, I waited a while. Dad didn't come down. He ain't said where the tickets at. I told the shit up. I thought we was getting ready to go. Where the tickets at? Where the tickets at? Over there in the garbage. What happened? I'm like, what happened? I'm still a kid. I'm happy, right? We won. I was like, what? Say less, Dad, let's go. It's over here, right? Dad pulled that garbage can now, grab all the paper. Now we going to run up to the desk or whatever. I kid y'all not, that trifecta must have paid about, I think, $1,200 or something like that. Now I played it straight, right? Put it out on straight. You know, he was happy as hell, but he took half of my money. He took the $600, he spotted me the $6 because he was so, he was feeling mad. And that was my way of paying, for being bad. Okay, doing something that I wasn't supposed to do. Okay, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that, right? So he says, oh, so you got your license. Yeah, I'm ready to roll. He says, okay. So I went to school the next day. I remember that shit. Well, I went to some other school. Fuck that school. I was like that. I do show up for my sports track, track, volleyball, bowling. I was at all those because that was my shit, right? I show up to those, right? And now, mind you, right, so now I'm still waiting because Dad said, okay. I get home. I walked home all the way home from 26th Street. Y'all, I ain't even care. I walked all the way home. So I get home. So Dad go, here go the keys. Your car outside. I was geeked as fuck. You got me. I was like, yeah, man, why this man go get me some busted down, rusted down ass, Spodo, long, big booty ass fucking wagon. Blue, sky motherfucking blue. I can't be incognito with this. RC must really didn't understand who I was, the character that I was building. What the hell did you go get me this loud, outspoken ass vehicle? I could be seen in this. Didn't I just tell you that I don't like to be seen and talked to and sit by strangers and all this stuff? You couldn't pick on up all that. Why you ain't give me no goddamn black deuce and a quarter or something? Ah, I needed to be incognito. Okay, now take y'all back, if y'all can remember, when I told you that I was counting the people that was paying to get on the bus, right? And I said that I needed to, come up off of this. I'm always thinking of some shit, right? When I tell y'all that big body, blue, dusty, crusty ass wagon got me paid in full, I will pull up, right? Anybody want to jump in, man? We packing up in there deep. Put your bus money right on up in this cut. That was my goddamn hustle and how I came up pretty much a lot as a goddamn sophomore. Man, I was walking around the school like this shit. On top of that, I probably bought maybe a pound of motherfucking weed and started selling the fuck out of that shit. Pap was rolling. I'm just kidding. Or not. Or not. I'm just saying, hey, that was part of life, part of my culture, part. Listen to some goofy on the PA, right? Or, part of my culture, part of my life, part of the fucking game. I understand that. It is what it is, right? But I needed that hustle just for a minute. The second, right? Cause y'all didn't think that somebody bougie as me was gonna be riding around in this motherfucking big body blue ass wagon forever. Are you kidding me? I didn't have to worry about any mechanical issues with the vehicle because my dad was A1 freaking mechanic of the fucking neighborhood. So all that shit got worked on for free. I got paid for that. Now, check it. Now my money up, right? Of course, I'm going back to the table because my bougie levelness, it just heightened up. I'm on the next level. I'm on the next level. Y'all know I'm on the next level. Now here comes the baby. All of that shit, right? Got to slow it down a minute, raise this, fell in love, bada boom, bada bang, 6, 7 years. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, keep going. Those are my years all the way up until probably just recently of being done raising kids. I finished all of that shit as a champion, but we're not going to fast forward the story. Let's take it back. Okay, bam. So now it's time to go back to the table. Mom, Dad, what is it? Hold on. Let me not miss this little piece of the story. All right. So I was pretty much the one, the driver for the girls. Didn't like it, but that's what came with the price of the cost of wanting a car, right? I did. I did, right? I gotta take her up here on Madison. I gotta take this one over here. And this one over here. I was salty as a fuck. Because it was always taking them sometimes when I got to do nothing. Now, what do I mean by nothing? Man, I got to go kick it in the playground back here because it's about to go down. Man, I got to go over here because they got a jump rope contest, right? Those are things that I mean all about nothing. But of course, I got to take my sisters because somehow I became their goddamn cab driver for the cost of wanting this freaking vehicle that my dad provided. It came with a cost. Like, y'all know how you walk and you kick your feet up. Damn it. But that too shall pass, right? I got one, my oldest sister, she still don't drive today, right? She don't fuck with cars. She don't like them. She never did. So, okay. And so, me and my other sister, one that passed away, right? We deuce in a quarter, man. We tight like that. So we kicking it every day. We doing some crazy ass shit. So we end up going to some club over there off of Roosevelt Road. I don't know, sweat box, hot in the box, whatever, hole in the wall. I don't fuck, man. But we were bored, had nothing to do. I'm gonna put y'all on hold just for one freaking second. Hold on to that line of story. Okay, and we are back. So when I go into recess on this live, I need to learn how to turn on a little bit of elevator music for you because I know you all loves you all some elevator music, without a doubt. I understand that. Right. Now, remember I was telling y'all about my ride or die sister, right? Who we just stayed into a whole heap of damn trouble about, right? Well, here's a picture of her, right? Let me show you. Ta-da, she passed away. That's one of my sisters. There it is. And I carried this with me since her passing. Okay? So y'all know, right? That's been right there. She still walks with me all of these years, right? She's passed and gone on, right? That story I will not tell, even though you guys will probably have a fantastic of a laughter of time with me because I could tell you some stories about her and woo child. Ooh, child, I can even tell you about what led up to possibly her death, right? And you would say, oh my God, right? And how that went down, because you know the story behind that too. But may she rest in peace. That's my next to the older sister, Step. We call her Step by Step. Because that's how we were stepping when she come. Step is stepping by step, you did. I'm trying to tell you, me and her crazy as fuck. So I miss my sister. But, however, right? So now we're back to this whole vehicle, the dusty, crusty, blue, big bubble butt, right? So now it's me and her. We out, we kicking it. We done left a hole in the wall by the bag, right? We coming around. I think that's Central Park area. What is that? Garfield area, right? Now, I decided to take a little side street over, right? Because I wanted to peep at something, right? Keep in mind, we females and we young. I want to go see what Slim doing. Check it, right? She want to see what Buddy doing. Them ain't the real names, but those are the names that will be used in this story. However, right? So now we're riding. I noticed there's this boss ass Cadillac blocking the damn street. I'm in a big blue bubble ass, crusty, dusty ass fucking wagon, right? My sister ducking down. At some points throughout the demographical area that we travel, she can't be seen. Right? Now you know I had to go with the gangster lead too, because it depends on if it's, Buddy Slim, Tony, Tyrone, T, or, standing outside. Like, oh shit, no. But I realized back in the day like that, man, they wasn't really on that. They just would be the kind that'll holler back, oh, you riding, huh, shorty? They be on that type of side, right? So, anywho, that's not the point of the story, right? So, now, at this point in time, there was nobody outside. Nobody, extremely nobody, right? Crazy. But there's this boss deuce ass fucking pearled red fucking glitter ass Cadillac. Y'all bet. I was like, oh, got the little spinners on. So my sister looks up, well, what you gonna do? You gonna bag up? We need to go around. Like, no, what do you mean? I said, I'll give it a second, see if somebody is going to come out, maybe move in a minute. They never came out, right? I'm telling y'all, I looked at my sister and she looked at me. She says, don't do it. I'm like, what? Don't do what? She said, don't you do it. You say, you're going to get us killed. Don't you do it. I'm like, don't do what? She's still talking about, don't you do it. I done already done punched the gas and blow my ass up through that car. When I tell y'all we ain't see shit but fireworks on the side going down, I must have scraped that whole goddamn car. So now check it. Now I got past that, right? They done slowed down. My sister looked at me like, bitch, what the fuck you slowing down for? You better gun that shit. I was like, oh, so now I'm going through side streets, banking them, boom, 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 right? Dodging, right? So we're trying to get home. I got to get the car on the back, right? We can get it to the back, and then you got to open the gate up, right? So put the car up in there, right? I kid y'all not, but my heart was pumping so fast but I got my sister rolling. I got my sister. We ain't never talked about that story, nobody, to nobody. Because you can't lip box out here. Because when somebody gonna know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So you can't tell Nobody. You can't, but Persian, you done brought your bitch ass back up in here. Yeah, you done came back. You must miss me. Hey, Persian, you miss your girl. You missed the number one show, huh? You missed the show. Hit the like button, bitch. Anywho, right? So, let me put it like this, right? Nobody freaking knew. Nobody knew. So, that's because we don't lip talk. We not chatterboxes. We only had two people on the team, and that was her and I. That circle was close knit. We didn't tell a sister. We didn't tell a brother. We didn't tell a soul. And that's how it was supposed to go down. And that's what's kept my ass and her ass from getting caught or news being traveled through the neighborhood just in case whoever Cadillac that was one looking, looking for somebody. This ain't your favorite zoo, you punk ass motherfucker. You just keep sitting right there and listening to the goddamn story and hit the like button with your goofy ass. You stay where I'm talking to you now. This is the story for you with your punk ass. Now, as I go on with the story and not worry about distracting ass Persian in my chat because he loves it here. Right? So listen, dig, Persian, right? So now it didn't matter about the scratches on the crusty, dusty blue wagon, right? Because it was already crusty, dusty any fucking way. Now, it would have took my dad, like, really paying close attention in the magnifying glass to find new scratches on there, right? To come at me about having any type of accident or something like that. So I wasn't worried about that, right? I ain't never pretty much either wash that goddamn truck. But now check it though, person, because I'm back at the table negotiating again with my dad now, right? And my mom, right? So I told them, listen here, I've had enough of the wagon. My bouginess has went up another level. What do you want? I need another car. This ain't working out. What do you mean another car? You got money for another car? Yes, I do. Where you get money from another car? I save my checks. How much you got? I said, well, now that's a problem we're going to run into because I want a new car. You don't need a new car. I need a new car. So now my dad, since I done proved to him I could drive, I'm responsible, I done paid my debt by traveling, taking my sisters all every damn where, he tells my mom, listen, just take her shopping. See what's out there. And I guess stay around the $12,000 range. That's what he tell my mom. But I already know with Captain on board and it's putting instructions and shit out to my mom, it's some more shit up on deck that I'm going to have to comply to under his rules because of him sending. I already know how the game work, right? Fine. Check it. All right, mom taking me out. Oh, I found some. Right? Y'all know what I found? A gorgeous, beautiful, goddamn. It was not like pearl, but it had that paint too close, close to it. 88 Regal right now. I'm going to tell y'all why I hate these type of cars now. But back then, that was the shit to me, right? How much I got? I got 8,000 down to put on the car, right? My mom said, fine, get the car. So somewhere for her to say that easy, she didn't had to talk with RC, about what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and when to, or if to walk away. But she came in really, really easy and ready once I said that amount, and this is all that they had to put up to match me on, right? Fine, bam, got my car in my name. My mom didn't pay my insurance for me for a little while. I think it was one something. I don't know. Went up there on Harlem Avenue, somewhere up there. I forget the name of it. One something. Oh no, it might have been 16. Trying to think of that restaurant that's out there. Well, anywho, it's out that way, right? So then we get the insurance and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. So pap up and rolling, right? And her Regal, 88, y'all. 88. That's when I got my car, got 88. So now, check it. Life moves on, bada boom, bada bang. I'm in the goddamn, whole nother different level relationship. Everything going good, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm fast forwarding on some things. Guess what? Yep, let the guy drive the car. He's in the car. I get a phone call. Blah, 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 blah. What's going on? Blah, 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 ring. Yeah, I ran into the police. How the fuck? It wasn't funny now, Yeah, he hit the police off. I don't know. He got into a chase. I'm gonna leave that story right there where it's at because there's a whole lot of information involved in there that yeah I don't need to know about. Okay, okay. So, all right. What's what? What? All right, right. They have to be bonded out and all this shit. I didn't get a car. You know, you're gonna do all that stuff. So, all right. So now I'm without a car for a minute. Are you serious? Now, granted, this time I stay out in Bellwood, Illinois. Okay. At that, when I was out in Bellwood, Bellwood was nice. I ain't been out there in years. Wake up, walk down to Mickey's, get me a shake and a hot dog and stuff like that, because that was the bomb ass hot dog place. When I tell you, people travel from everywhere to come to Mickey's out. And listen, you want a hot dog, man, you couldn't eat one wrong if you over there at Mickey's. It is what it is, right? But okay, so now I'm a little mad. I'm in this because I got to have security. I got people taking me around here and people doing this. And trust me, yeah, I lived with a bunch of security people. Now I'm going to leave that story right there. It is what it is. Told y'all I was bougie. So now, um, it maybe about 3 days, 2, 3 days later, something like that. Blah blah blah. So here go the keys. The keys are what? Yeah, you got another car outside. Well, let me go see what the fuck this is. So now here we are again. I got a brand new Lumina. Y'all remember Luminas came kind of hot out there on the street, right? Everybody end up with a Lumina, right? Love my little red beast of Lumina, right? Man, I love my Lumina. Put then first thing I had to do was get some sounds in there. I don't think I had a car ever without no sounds being put in it, right? But I had to put some sounds up in it, so. I was the shit then, driving my little aluminum. I'm still at that age. I'm kicking it, having fun. I'm at the clubs. I'm at the skating rink, Midnight Rambo. It's time to go. I'm downtown because I love the lakefront. I love the Buckingham Fountains, one of my favorites, just to sit there and watch the water change colors. It was calm. I never rode the train. I probably maybe 5 or 10 times or something like that. Now, in between my traveling and my growth in my years or whatever, I want to say when I got the blue, dusty, crusty. The same time, I bought me 3 Rottweilers, Heavy, Cody, and Smokey, right? Those pictures I can produce to you later, right? I think I might have talked about them at some point in time. So they became also part of the security team, okay? I raised them. I also went to school with them, so they were well, perfectly trained. However, it would start to become very difficult to walk them all together. I had to do one at a time. I think that Heavy got up to close to about 180, 200 pounds, big ass head. And then Cody was the girl. So she kind of stayed small, mid-range, around 130 or something like that. And then Smokey, that dog there, man, I had to keep a muzzle on Smokey. Smokey ended up being the beast, and he's obedient, but he was very, 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 very protective. Okay, very, very protective. So I had to watch them quite a bit. They had to stay. I kept them caged quite a bit because at that time I had the little baby, right? And I didn't want them fucking with my baby. So that's that. That's how they became part of my family, part of my life, and that there was my journey of absolutely loving dogs. Because after those, I had another baby, but I settled for something a little bit more gentle, which was 2 Dalmatians. I had 2 Dalmatians, y'all. But one day, punk ass jumped out the fucking car in Indianapolis out the window. I couldn't even catch that goddamn fool. And I don't know where that damn dog. Listen, and that was the third time on me, right? And I told that damn dog, I let this window down to get some air. You keep jumping your ass out, I'm not gonna come after you. Man, Man, that dog must have tried me again. Jumped the hell out. I let that dog run like Forrest motherfucking Gump. Get the fuck on. I ain't finna keep. Now, I kept my other one, right? I had my other one. I had my other one all the way up until I got here. So I lost that one due to the fact that up here, man, they were strict on having dogs. So I had to put them in the pond for a minute because I was still searching. But when back, listen, I went back to get that dog. Yeah, I might have took longer than 45 days. And they had done gave my damn dog away. So I had been without a dog for quite some time, but until I came across Teddy and Bojangles. So that's how I got them, right? Check. So let's get back to the story. Okay, so that happened. I got my Regal. I got this. I'm doing this. I'm in my whole life now is like changing. I'm becoming a super duper like really grown woman. So now there's your rent. There's your this. There's this. There's the light bill, and I'm over here like, oh my God, I think I want to go back home because I didn't have this shit. I think about going back home. No, I no going back home. It's like once you got your feet wet and you're out there and you're doing things, the bigger things, there's no rule book to this shit. You just go as you learn as you go and make the best of it, y'all. But, mm, now, after that said and done, my next passion was for me I love motorcycles. Love them to death. Not anymore right now. I wouldn't buy one now at this age, but um, went out, looked at a couple of those, and I had to beg the dude, listen, I want to ride. And he was like, no, they're not safe. I'm like, I want to ride. Either you buy me one or I'm going to go get one. Doesn't matter. So he's like, fine, mind you, I didn't already been to the class and I got my license, I'm gonna do my motorcycle license, blah, blah, blah. So what do you want? I want the 1100 Suzuki. Now, mind you, I was 4'11". I know goddamn I can't touch the freaking ground. I'm standing on my tippity toes. But I handle it though like a beast. I was doing okay with it, right? I dropped it a few times. This sucker was heavy, right? He'll get it fixed. I'll drop it again and get it fixed. But however, those were my fun years, man. I just zip, whip, zoom down Madison over there, right? Because with the butt poking up in the air, you got on your bikers, you was the shit. And man, don't take you a quick ride around Lakeshore Drive, man. Just going in the wind, leaning into those curves, man, just brought you this type of rush and fulfill this adrenaline that you be looking for on them. But, I end up giving up the motorcycle lifestyle after I left Chicago pretty much. So that was fun though. That was part of my life though. I could, it's a lot, and I endured. It's a lot that I enjoyed. It was a lot that, not a lot. It's very minimum. Let me say that. Very little that I would give back. Very little. But it's a whole lot that I'll be like, damn, I want to try that again. I can do that all over again. I had a good life, man. I really had a good life. So what you get out of this story is I have been a negotiator since I was young. Man, if I could do it with my mom and dad, I already knew right then it was approved, and I can do it with anybody to get, the best of the best of what I want because of the way that I established my foot out here on the freaking ground. And my sisters, they thought that I was like, you just like, okay, how you just gonna develop like this beast boss thing in you at this age? I don't know. It just came. And I've been standing like that ground ever since. Not as no Billy badass, but firm. Just firm. No, I didn't have to have this one or this or that to know that common sense should be used. Know when someone is trying to manipulate you, or to know that someone is showing, all that control, or you need to ride with somebody. I've been riding by myself. I kid y'all not. I may have a beastie here and a BFF here or this or that, but Pat ride by herself for so many freaking years. It's like it's nothing. It actually feels really good because what goes on in your circle, it stays right here in your circle. I ain't got the, I don't have those worries where it's Sally is telling this and Pete is over there with that and just as sloppy as all outdoors. I don't do that, but I still, in the same sense, love people. You know, these people here, they all have their certain people who they want to group and they go to break with and they do whatever with. I can walk right up in there and join them and sit down and talk and do this and do that. I just stay my, I just stay my distance. And like I said, I mentioned on another live, right? When you start getting these groups, you want to click, all because yes, you may consider this person as a friend or this a friend, and you started talking about this, and you now is going to lead to this, and somebody's going to switch the story to that. You all engage and thinking that it's harmless, and you're going to say this and you might say that, mind you, not knowing that 5 or 3 to 5 years later, the person that fell out with you and everything that you done said gonna be used against you, because that's just how human nature is. So in order to not be involved or have some shit come down like that, I excluded all fucking human nature the fuck from around me. You're not finna to do me, right? Now, some of them you can keep, like I said, but some of them you have to know who the hell to throw away. And that's just part of the freaking game. Okay, so bam. Now, you in all these stories, you tied up, and yeah, it's harmless telling about that you done been with Bob and Frankie and Farinella and all these people and this or this or that, and you over there want to tell how much. Man, that shit's coming out. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it. I just never was like that. There's nobody, like literally hardly anybody, if we go roll back to high school or whatever, don't have any information for you about a path. And that's a promise. Not from a track team, not from a volleyball team, not from the bowling team. I miss bowling too. Not from none of those. I went into those groups pretty much as a savage, but I still stayed to myself. I always have been to myself. Was I missing out on anything? Absolutely fucking not. Because I already know what's going to come out of what's involved in being in a group or a clique. And I'm not saying that to say that there's something wrong with it. It's not really nothing wrong with it. Just never lose sight on awareness. Never lose sight on it. And most people have. Most people will. Because you get in there and you get comfortable. It's no different from like in the relationship. You get comfortable. The man gets comfortable. Came in as a baller. Came in working, but now he got comfortable. 5 or 6 years later, oh shit done changed up. He ain't doing shit, just up with it. Same vice versa with the woman. And that's just part of life, right? But you got to know when to roll around somewhere. Roll around and move the fuck around. That's all I'm saying. I knew coming out here on YouTube in this community, trying to be, steady or trying to be, involved genuinely with things. I knew that there were going to be a lot of bumps in the road. Why would I come in here and look at this any differently than how the hell I've been handling the streets? Why? Why would I do that? And this is the part of Papoose that I'm telling you guys that people couldn't handle. Can handle this. They don't want to deal with this type of characterization of a person like me. They can't get away. They can't get away with it. They can't just talk and say. They can't get you involved to do. They can't do this, so they steer away from you. I'm not their kind. Mm-mm. Mm. They timid. They're going to be careful what they say and do and move and all this stuff around the Papoose. Because they done already figured me out just like I done figured them out. But that is exactly how all of this shit And why you see all of this type of shit, all of the beefing, all of the arguing, all of the this, all of the finger pointing, all of the this is going down the way it does on here, right? Some of it is substitution, right? Some of them chooses to live out whatever life that they did not have or create, in the real life on YouTube. Huh? When I'm sitting here listening to people talk, performing, acting, da da da, the only performance that I came is laughable. I'm gonna laugh at y'all shit. That's what my performance was out here. But being involved, grouping up, group up at nobody because you the good person, or you laugh, or you talk, or you do this, and then warm somebody up to make them feel like some type of way. Y'all got me fucked up. But overall, because my character is kind of light-footed, right? I enjoy laughing at all that shit. I really did. The sad part of watching is that all of this shit had been played on at an R. Kelly's cost. Isn't that fucked up? But see, it just don't happen with R. Kelly though. It happens with a whole lot of artists and things, they got fans and shit like that, right? One thing I could say that I did see for a minute, there was a few, just a few, maybe one or two. What was that guy name in Chicago? The other guy, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe, would come on here intermittently, say some things about R. Kelly. I got to get my other phone because this one is about to die. I'm going to put this one on charge and jump over to my other one for a hot second and listen to my music for the day. And let this one charge up and come back and switch back over to this one. But you didn't see them much out here on the internet with stories day after day after day after day after day, creating this, creating that. You saw the people that we see now doing the storylines, developing the propaganda, doing the conspiracies, adding other people in that had, it's just crazy. They just built their own goddamn case out here on fucking YouTube. I would sit back here like, what in the hogwash black nation is this shit here? And I used to sit back and say, oh, poor R. Kelly. Oh my God, this got to be some insane motherfucking squid bob motherfucking shit here. But see, I didn't know which way to really kind of lay it. I mean, like, R. Kelly, you know these people? You fuck with these type of people here? How in the game? But your circle this fucking loose or big. Well, who are all these people, R. Kelly? Like, how the fuck do all these people know all of this and know all of that about you? I go, what the fuck is going on? You can't be in the game in your circle this fucking big with a whole bunch of fucking morons talking about they fucking know you and out here telling your fucking story, allegedly, or telling their story to what they think fits your life. Who the fuck does that from Chi-Town? I'm just saying, made no sense to me. Oh, you know him? You got a story? You got a story about it? You mean to tell me if I would be transparent in this detailing information, all you motherfuckers knew R. Kelly. And y'all sitting out here this motherfucking comfortable telling his story. Where they do that shit at? Where they do that shit at? You ain't his goddamn defense attorney. You ain't paid his bills. You ain't lived with him. You wasn't in the room. Well, if he was doing a hanky-panky. And if he was and you were there, how in the hell are you out here lip boxing on this man's personal fucking life? You were in his group. Who the fuck does that? What's up, R. Kelly? What did you do? How you let all of these motherfucking people and couldn't detect who the heck is motherfucking rubber lips out here? What the fuck's going? That's what I was saying. I'm just saying. That's what I was saying in my head, right? Whoa, he know this. Oh, you know that. Oh, you been, and you out here talking. I was saying to myself in the background, man, R. Kelly, you fucked. That's what I was saying to myself. I was saying to myself. We all know that this was very unusual. That where did these people come from that stayed in close contact, steady bickering and bothering his goddamn defense teams? I what? And his defense teams, check this out, was answering too. They was in conversation. Like what? Did this person paid you? This person paid you? That person paid what? I want to see, and I'm just hypothetically speaking, the list that R. Kelly gave his attorneys to get into bed with these people. Because if he ain't gave it, then why did they do it? R. Kelly was fucked and screwed when his case took off after that indictment. He was fucked and screwed already. He was. He definitely was. He definitely was. And guess what? Being a man, and without him even admitting it, I believe that he know that he was. His dependability on certain people he didn't even know and you relied on it was a fucking mistake. It's a mistake. Here's why it was a mistake. R. Kelly, how is it that you're talking to a whole bunch of people, or allegedly these people came out to roll out the carpet for you, that R. Kelly probably didn't even know? Fuck you fucking with people like, oh, but I get it. Everybody else, everybody was saying, and that's, he didn't know who to trust. And I get the desperateness of wanting to be released from jail. I understand that. But sometimes you're gonna have to forget about the at any cost, because at any cost can really cost you. Can really cost you. I don't know how his trust level, or why his trust level got there. I don't know how is it that anybody could have said anything for him to say, well, okay, I'll trust you, give you a chance or whatever. No, 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 no. How could you not be listening and hearing key points and things of how it's like what happened? I say that to myself all the time, but it is still what it is, right? It is what it is. I'm not no defense attorney. I wasn't, in no position to hire nobody. So there's only very little that you can kind of speak on about it. But I'm talking about the visual eyes that saw and all of the visual acts out here. I'm talking about your bionic ears that was, you should have been keen in listening to all of it was you, or you did it, or no, you were involved, you did, or you did. Oh, all y'all, since we can't figure it out, it's going to have to be everybody. And since we're going to do everybody, and since it's back into rotation about who scammed the money and who billed this and who billed that, it's going to take all of those people to come collectively who may feel that they have been part of some scamming organization, right? To kick it off. Kicking it off, starting by the two attorneys. Subpoena. Now, it's all of the people that you all sent y'all monies to. Don't y'all want to hear from them sitting on the stand? Don't y'all want to have all that money traced back? Because you can sure after, well, do that, something like that, oh, you gonna find your culprit. Oh, shit, but good luck with that. That takes collectiveness. Yeah, a little bit of money. Yeah, probably somebody on the pro bono who just really wants to get hold to it and get their feet wet in the sand out here and as a well good practice fucking case for themselves to dock it on their resume. Hey, y'all have a beautiful day, man. I said I was leaving about an hour ago, but I'm leaving now for real because my battery's about to die and I got to switch phones. Happy Easter to everybody. Even you, punk Persian ass bitch. Yeah, he must have known Shannon was gonna boot your ass up out of here too. Oh, it'll be time for my next dosage of medicine. But I gotta eat something now because I didn't eat anything with the first dose this morning. But like I tell y'all, this is what's getting me through my day. Is to keep it moving, keep my adrenaline, my blood flow going. But when I get home, I'll be like, oh, I'll fall out, take a nap because I do still feel, you know, a little bit of the fluid and stuff in my chest. I feel some of it breaking up, but at the same time, I'm not taking this for granted. It's just sometimes you can't stop doing what you are comfortable and likeness of doing, and that's just Pat. I know I need to sit my black ass down. I know I need to be laying down or relaxing or this or that, and I will. I will. Y'all have a good day. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the channel. Peace out. Thank you for joining the one pap over here and chatting it up with her, you guys. Bye.